Welcome there, traveller. Please, take a seat, grab a drink, and enjoy the Sunday session.
So you need to save us, basically, is I think is the gist of last session.
Why? Oh my god, why are you looking at me?
So
I tried.
previously we just sort of farted about. Didn't really get much done aside from getting a couple of guys drunk.
And then pissing off each other.
Yeah. And then went back home for the night. And then we're going to try again in the morning.
Well, full thing. You guys finished off the bit in the attic of the with the Burgomaster. Established that the son was messing around with spell books that he didn't understand.
You caught an undead cat.
Did anything happen to the cat?
Oh yeah, it
die?
got killed, and there's something else that happened. I forget what happened.
He
But
got hit by a lightning trap.
that's right.
That's right. Yeah. We were all in a light.
Sure, I mean, why not?
Not it specifically. We were all in a lightning trap. It just because I think it only required one hit and it was dead, and it was in a sack.
Yeah, I don't think you can apply your dex modifier if you're in a sack.
Yeah.
I also think you were holding the sack, and I think why you failed his dex save.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. Well, R.I.P. dead cat.
yeah, literally.
Two more times.
Yeah.
Just
He's 6 away, he's still got 7 left.
6, 7,
7.
I can do math.
You can math. Yeah, don't worry about it.
So you guys started investigating the bakery first off. Found out that there was multiple lightning strikes that centered on a single point, which was one of the ovens in the basement, if I remember right. Mm-hmm. And found a stone, this red stone that had a rune on it, which I think you
He
figured
had a
out.
cool
No.
lightning.
Yeah. Ulrich identified it as being from like the Fiendish realms or something.
Yep, you identified the stone, and I think you identified we had why you identified what the spell was, which I think was called lightning.
Oh, well, that fits together.
Yeah. You managed to put those pieces together.
Red stone from nowhere near here.
Yep.
It wasn't the local gnome.
Ooh.
And then after that, it got weird. Like,
Well,
we
you
got
went
some
to
information,
you went
and then
to
we tried
other
to do it.
locations.
We found another spot that got hit by lightning and started questioning them about what was going on. And you guys investigated and found another of those red stones in that house.
But it was shattered.
Yep.
And the guy whose house it was, half of his face was burnt off.
Yep.
He's still alive, though.
Does any of this relate to the kid and the cat and the sack and the frog and the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea?
Did you prepare that earlier?
No, I'm just a little drunk.
Yes. Absolutely
It
yes.
actually kind of does, because
It doesn't at all.
It's completely related. Everything is connected. We're all just
because-
looking at
so
a corkboard with
the cats. The cats, it turned out, belong to the other rich family in the city. And
I don't know if you're... really?
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
It was the vodka.
and it turns out that there's all of these people who are getting hit by lightning have part of a book club that is held by this woman who's in control of the other rich family. In the
Lady.
I gotta tell you, when you're not around for a session of D&D, it sounds like everyone's being real fucking sarcastic.
No. Look, listen. We were attacked by wolves.
Everyone's in a book club.
There were magical rocks that made lightning come into a bakery.
Yeah.
Yep.
Red rocks
They were
that aren't from around
they were
here.
red,
That's
possibly
very important.
demonic.
I think Fiendish was the establishment. Or at least it
Okay,
was
all
at
right.
that time.
I got to put the thread together here. So it was the kid and the book and the cat, and then you worked out that the cat was the neighbor's cat.
Okay, this. That's why I was saying it's not related. We solved the thing with the kid. The Burgomaster said he was going to take care of it all, and swore us to secrecy.
Oh, and got him a pardon.
Gave me a pardon.
Swore this idiot to secrecy.
Okay.
but
As long
you
as
were-
he's still in power. That was my specifics.
and then we left there. We left the Burgermeister's mansion, and now we are looking into the lightning strikes. They are not connected.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beyond that, they are in the same place. That was why.
Sure. Connected in a vague sense
Yeah.
that we're all connected, but not like you were continuing one
No,
line
no.
investigation.
No. We're not looking at a corkboard with red twine just going fucking everywhere.
Maybe we should be.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just delete that.
But yeah, we sort of we put a pin in the we finished the Burgermeister mansion thing, and now we're getting onto the lightning strikes thing.
Okay. All right. But kids are alive.
Unfortunately,
Alive in home arrest, essentially.
Oh, that's right, because people were pissy that stuff had been happening in the town since we got there, and we were like, well, what's one of those things? And they said the lightning strikes, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was the.
So we were going to go
lightning
and
strikes
solve it, so to prove that we weren't part of everything.
Yeah. I mean that's
Also, just generally to stop the lightning strikes. 'cause-
Well, yeah, because lightning...
that's how all of this kicked off. Is that we were
Lightning's
being
fun.
asked to look into the shit going on in town, and we went to the Burgermaster to check in on that. And
Yeah,
then,
that's totally the
shit
reason why.
And then a side quest occurred.
And then an exclamation mark popped over someone's head, and
And you
had
just
to go
couldn't
to the-
resist.
had to go to the
Because it
job
was yellow
board and-
on a grey background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
makes a really satisfying noise when you solve it.
Okay. All right. Good session, guys.
So that was 15 minutes of catch up.
Oh, no, but more stuff happened
more
after
stuff
that
happened.
as well.
One of Wick's criminal confederates popped out saying about this book club that the people who have been struck by lightning were all a part of, and so that put us on the trail of I can't remember the name of the rich family.
Vodka.
Voctor.
Voctor? The Voctor, the Lady Voctor, is that runs a book club, and the people in the book club are the ones getting struck by lightning.
So we're not using like a funny shorthand for this. Like it's a book club.
That's what that's what he said.
Okay. All right. It's probably not a book club though.
Well, I mean,
it might just be an erotic book club.
maybe they're
Okay.
maybe
All
they're
right.
they're fooling with magical forces beyond their ken. Who knows? It's Dungeons and Dragons. It could just be a book club. Maybe they like to read. I don't know. What was the book that you found in the?
I imagine they're all meeting in a
Dan
cave.
Brown.
There's a huge dragon, and the
Snow
dragon's
Dwarf
like
and
there with
Seven
the book
Whites.
going, all right, everyone turn to this
They're,
book.
they're wearing like
Page,
have
page
glasses on.
30 of 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
What did everybody think of the last chapter?
Yeah.
I've never
Fucking
actually been to a book club.
is Justin McCall? No, yeah, Justin. When he's talking about the fucking 50 Shades movie. What's a butt plug?
Don't they actually say that in the movie?
yeah.
The woman actually says that in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've never seen the movie, but I've heard people point that out. But like, that's it. You can get that from context.
From all context clues. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like even if
It's
even
the
if you
explanation
weren't,
is right in the name.
yeah,
Yeah.
even if you weren't talking about like a sex thing, it's like hang on, honey, it's a
Plug.
it's like plug butt. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Like
for-
those
it's
two
for-
So
words
it's like a thing where you insert like the lower part of your body into like a drain and stop the water getting out with your butt.
Yeah.
No, guys, it's not.
Well, apparently it's not all the clues out in the name.
It can be two things. That's one of them.
Just one slightly less likely.
Yeah, because people are going to
be clear, they're both-
shove things up their butt. Who's going to do that? Jeez.
You know how like the internet can take any innocent thing and turn it sexual? There's another whole class of internet that takes sexual things and turns it extra sexual.
Or not. Or completely not sexual.
Weirdly, yes.
Okay, but a continuation on...
Yeah, we tried to get information out of some guy, the sons of the woman, and
Which are
there
two
was
of the
a whole
people-
thing
You
about...
weren't trying to get information. You were trying to get them to let you into their house.
Yes.
Yes.
Which we succeeded in, and then we got
Which
kicked out.
he got them stoned, or he got them very, very high. They took us home, and then we put them to bed and left. So there's that.
Oh, that's
Well,
nice.
no, you got one
Doesn't
of
really seem to achieve any goals, but it's a
got one of
kind
them
thing to do.
drunk and high enough of your Golonax,
You got those knack.
your Golosnack, that one of them sort of succumbed to the effects of the poison that's in it, because it's a poison.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so what is that? Have we established what that is and how
I
it
have
works
now,
now?
Yeah,
It's-
that
it's-
we
Yeah,
had,
we have actual rules about it now,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah.
essentially we were rolling by it just being basically cocaine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's actually got a hallucinatory effect with addictive and withdrawal properties. It has a concept involved to it. It has in-game effects.
Yeah.
So it has been.
So what's worst result? What's the worst thing that can happen with this stuff now? Like if you completely fuck up all your saves and
Nobody knows.
Hallucinations as well as disadvantage on all ability checks. You are classified as poisoned, and
That's a bad one.
yeah, and after 24 hours, you're going to be suffering the effects of withdrawal.
okay. All right.
No good, very bad. Don't do it.
No good. Quite
Bad
bad.
times.
But you
Say
but
say
you're
no
not like
to your golos now.
yeah, but you're not gonna be like weirdly man pregnant and like give birth to a beholder.
Not yet.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that because I've been worried about that.
Don't
for a
give him
long
ideas.
time.
I
Even
think
before I was playing D&D.
yeah.
Ryan's
now,
just writing something down.
yeah. Now that's going to happen.
I can see
Well,
him
that's
getting,
version 2.
getting an autocorrect on man pregnant.
Just call it Ampreg.
Well, add that to dictionary.
So I guess. I guess
get
this
some-
is version
Gonna
1
get
and
some
version 2 is
real
going to
weird
get some
targeted
pregnant.
advertising on Facebook now. It's apparently just selling me like the Criterion collection of Junior.
Getting back to Danny DeVito.
Oh god, why?
I think that's probably where I got that from. That fits a little bit too together for that to have been in the yeah. Okay, I was thinking of Junior in my head.
Yeah. But basically, yeah, no. We've sorted
You
out
basically got one
what it
of them
does.
particularly high. He and very agreeable.
Yes.
Took you back to the Vocta house.
Yeah, and where
And then he proceeded to pass out.
Yes.
And then the butler turned up and went, "Hey, what are you doing?
and then kicked
I'll
us
look
out.
after that guy. You guys get the fuck out of this house. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have no idea who you are."
You should have killed him.
Oh yeah, because that's a smart thing to do.
You're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Not a murder hobo.
Oh, that's a real read of what we've been doing for the last couple of years. Yeah, that's
And as a result of the whole drugging thing, Wick now thinks you are monsters, and he's not sure
Wait.
what the thing is.
By we, you mean him.
You're a dragon.
Yeah, fair. I forgot about that.
and somewhat agreeable to what happened as well.
Well, no, I'm just oblivious. I'm specifically, I have no... If I knew what was going on, I would be pissed off. But I'm way too dumb to know.
You just think this guy got particularly drunk.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys got kicked out of Vocta house, and I believe head back to the inn to sort of rally and re-establish your plans. Wick was separate to this engagement at that time.
I was just waiting outside.
Yeah, that's right. And D&D, guys. Do that.
And go.
Seamless.
So tell me about this door to the north.
Are there any girls there?
Are there any girls there?
I invited this... I'm so sorry. But anyway, yeah.
Where's the Alizé at?
How about we all get a good night's rest and come back in the morning. We'll continue trying to get in here tomorrow. How does that say? How's that
Well,
sound?
I'm actually well rested because I was sleepwalking through that entire thing. I'm amazed you guys didn't notice I didn't say or do anything for like a 12-hour period.
You did cast a spell and be snarky at
I
us.
did that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, I actually do that in my sleep. It isn't at all hard to cast spells or be snarky at you idiots.
It's a wizard thing. So it's a wizard thing. You cast spells and sometimes you get the night snarkies.
Yeah. If I eat pizza before bed, I get the night snarky.
Just that little bit too much cheese and just... You're gassy and snarky and smelly.
That's just on a normal day.
We're not even playing D&D anymore. This is just me complaining about my health issues.
I can't process milk anymore.
That's a real problem. I'm going to pay for that pizza later on. I'm actually going to get the night Saki.
Wait, is that a thing?
That really does happen. I
Damn.
don't even roll for it.
Adult lactose intolerance is a genuine thing.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Because we're not meant to be able to do it. It's a genetic anomaly that our ability to actually...
But we do it anyway because we're stubborn.
Well, it's a genetic anomaly that we can actually digest lactose, and
Yeah.
a lot of people lose that capacity as they get older.
Okay.
All right, good session, guys.
This was sort
What are we
of
doing after this?
yeah, so...
I'm looking at my hit points right now, and at that, Wick sort of snaps and goes, "Fine, I'm going to go rest." And he'll just retreat to the inn and.
Have you taken damage?
Yeah, I'm all fucked up, man.
What from?
Shut up,
Lightning.
lightning.
Yeah.
Oh.
Same.
The thing that you're actually really good at not getting damaged by, I had an opportunity to damage you, and I did it with lightning, so fuck me, I guess.
Yeah.
And so Wick's going to retreat back to the inn to
Into
his,
these little
his
cellar-
I mean, if we're going to
cellar
rest,
downstairs.
I'll like give you a quick lay on hands anyway.
No, I'm good. Keep that shit away from me.
Yeah. If anyone wants to do anything in the evening,
Yeah, I took no damage at all.
No, I didn't think you would've.
Yeah, so
between evasion
I
and...
think you healed yourself after every time
no,
you took damage.
because
You definitely took damage.
well, not from lightning.
Some.
I don't think I took any.
I mean,
At this point,
by
it's-
definition, that doesn't work. Resistance halves damage. That means you still do take some.
Yeah, but it was a deck save,
Okay, but there was
and
before
I
that.
negate deck saves.
Well, no.
If
If
they
you
halve.
pass a deck save,
If I pass
You
it
take
and
no
it's halved
damage.
anyway, I then negate it.
I'm not interested in having this argument.
Yeah.
this isn't even an argument. It's you took some damage during the last session. That's what happened.
And it's redundant anyway because you guys are resting.
Yeah.
I just had a long rest.
I am going to cast Sending and send a quick message to the Burgomaster telling him that I believe his son has some potential in the magic arts, and if he is agreeable to it, I will be in touch regarding his possible training in the future.
You just have to put up with all the emo shit.
Well, yeah, but he's a teenager, so, I mean, that Fortnite and dabbing is just... You got to put up with that shit. Is any of that still current?
I only
Like, it's
found
still
out
doing
what
It
any
dabbing.
of
really
that?
depends on when I get around to editing
I only-
this. It could be a few weeks later, and no.
I only found out what dabbing was recently. So
Here's the
I don't
thing.
think dabbing is a thing anymore.
Like, no, to me, dabbing was always it's a weed thing. It's a drug thing. It's always a drug thing. And then like kids getting around dabbing, I'm like, hey, kids are really cool these days. That's awesome.
And then you found out what
Kids
it
know
is
how to
now.
hang.
Yeah, it's not. It's just like sneezing into your elbow.
With a flair, with a flourish.
Hara.
Yeah, okay. Sending have an opportunity to send, or a message that...
you can
respond.
resend a return, I think.
No.
There's two spells. One is just a...
Oh no,
is a
not
longer
sending,
form,
yeah.
but no response.
Yeah.
Creatures messages mind, recognize you as the sender if they know you, can answer in a like manner immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You basically just hear this response back in your head of...
Ah! Oh Jesus! Oh God, I'm going mad.
well, I just fucking lost it.
You should just start casting Sending at Strahd every day. Just like, I know a song that gets on everybody's nerves.
You know what? There isn't anything in this that stops that from happening, so it's kind of ridiculous. I'm not doing that constantly.
Yeah, you definitely want to single yourself out as the one that Strahd wants to kill super more.
Yeah. The guy who can find us at any time, any day.
The godlike vampire.
Yeah, who can get to us and kill us at whim.
Let's just shit him off extra.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not hearing a no.
It would be on point.
Yeah, like it's definitely our kind of it's our thing. It's our brand.
It's our brand, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you hear this voice back in your head, and it's like, I appreciate the offer. I would also appreciate if you warn me before you do this in my head again.
He's having his Burgermeister.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Some
burn
sort of-
another spell slot to argue about this. But how does he imagine I'm going to warn him? Like, hey, don't freak out.
Yeah, you're about to get a message.
It's Burgermeister's.
Leave that to your imagination.
So many different things.
But we'll be in touch.
I don't know about anyone else, but anytime I hear the word Burgermeister, I just picture the Hamburglar. Which is...
I picture Mayor McCheese.
Don't remember
Yep.
that one.
Yeah.
I got
He
it.
was another of the McDonald Land characters.
I'm with you on that, but I don't remember what he looks like from the neck down. So it's pretty much just like a guy in a suit.
He's got like a
with
purple.
a burger.
He's got
head.
like a purple like tailcoat, and he's got like the mayor sash.
That's banging,
Right?
That's fucking awesome. How have we not done that as a cosplay?
Well, see, now I don't know what that looks like. I'm just picturing the Burger King, like the Burger King guy. Yeah.
Basically just that with a burger head.
Yeah, his Helen. Yeah, the Mayor McCheese is just his entire head is a cheeseburger.
Actually,
Okay.
you know,
And
yeah,
Family Guy
I do
did
remember
a
that now.
Family
yeah,
Guy
I
did a
do
sketch
remember
about
him
it.
now. Yeah.
With a
Now,
crossover
look,
of JFK
okay, I
assassination.
googled it. This is horrifying. This is not what I remember, and this is like a bad fucking trip. That's not okay.
Yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah,
It's not
Yeah.
cartoony, is the problem.
It's just horrifying. Yeah.
Look at his mouth.
Where does he breathe?
It's like those ultra realistic SpongeBob drawings.
Oh god, he looks angry in that one.
He's angry.
He's been cursed to have a burger for a head.
On the plus side, it's a McDonald's burger, so it's not like it's going to rot anytime soon.
Ooh, shots fired. So if McDonald's wants to sponsor us at any point,
Don't.
actually, yeah, don't. I don't eat McDonald's.
This episode of the podcast brought to you by Hungry Jacks.
I mean, hey, like either it's Burger King money or McDonald's money. That's money.
Dirty money, though.
I think it's adorable
Dirty.
that you think there's anybody in the world that would sponsor this podcast. We just spent fucking 10 minutes talking about Mayor McCheese.
Have you not listened to a podcast?
Touche.
Okay.
I guarantee there's a fact podcast out there that has an hour-long in-depth discussion on Mayor McCheese, and then a series of in-depth discussions on the rest of the McDonald Land characters.
Yeah, I'm backing you on that one. Yeah, if I can't find a podcast that's people like per episode talking about the McDonald's characters, or possibly like a top 10 list of the best Happy Meal toys, I'll make everyone a cake next week.
Well, fuck yeah, that's my birthday next week.
Can you just make us a cake
Happy
anyway?
birthday.
Go.
Yeah, you get a cake.
So, you've done your sending. You've snuck in downstairs.
I would have gone somewhere and then either collapsed into bed or just stood there asleep.
Awesome. You do have a room. You actually have access to a bed. A feather bed, too.
Oh, well, then go there.
It is ritzy for yours. And
If there's enough time working on some more alchemy stuff, like restoring the last potion and maybe making a couple more health potions.
which one do you want to work on first?
Restoring.
All right. I believe we had you rolling intellect last time with your proficiency because you got the alchemy training, I believe. That's it. I don't even know what that is. Roll it on the table. Oh,
That's a 5. That's not good. But I do have +8, so hopefully. 5 + 8. That's
because you restored.
13.
Because you had 2 vials that you recovered, didn't you?
Yeah. I
One
got,
of them
like,
was the one with the yellow crystallization at the bottom, which is one you've recovered already, which is the one with the spell thing.
There was
I forgot name.
there was the
Clairvoyance.
clairvoyance one.
Yep.
I can't remember what the other one was.
I believe it had like a reddish powder in the bottom.
But yeah.
Okay, let's see how you're going to flub this up. I mean, you're going to do great.
How everything's gonna be
Your head
awesome
turns
forever.
into a hamburger.
I mean,
Just start screaming.
Wild.
I mean, it's.
I
Not,
mean, that's Kafkaesque. You can actually call that Kafkaesque.
Don't though.
Don't. You still sound like an idiot.
Okay.
isn't Kafka the whole like the mole that digs itself a giant tunnel type thing?
No.
Okay, so you've got your alchemy kit sort of out in front of you. You've got the little sort of the camphor stove basically going and sort of boiling away this liquid. You briefly get distracted as Dave has spotted a rat running through the back of the stables and has basically just gone after it.
Fucking idiot. As
Um,
always.
Turn back around and you just see the potion that you've got sitting boiling, sitting there heating up as it's like boiling over, and it's like the red hue of the liquid is turning to more like a burgundy to brown color. It's like
Burgundy.
bubbling over the top. Quickly sort of snatch it away, and sort of like drop it into the outside of the thing into a bucket of like cooler water just to try and sort of get this temperature down. And you sort of pull the vial up, and this liquid is. It's built it's sort of dissolved the crystals and everything that are in the bottom of it. It's sort of this dark red with like this sort of swirl of small like bubbles coming up through it.
Fizzy
You don't. It's fizzy red. You've made a bottle of fizzy red.
You're a trained alchemist.
Like legit alchemist. Got expertise in that shit.
It's a matter of trying to work out what you've managed to reconstitute.
Just drink it. Just put a little dab on your finger. Rub it on your gums.
Dab it. I mean, yeah, there's usually nothing terribly toxic.
Go the Skyrim method. Just fucking eat everything and see what the effect is.
He tried that once. It didn't go well.
For 3 days, the left side of his face just wouldn't reform.
Yeah. Just like that time he hung out with the Goliaths. Oof. Yeah.
For the moment, you got this potion that's reconstituted, but you don't know what it is unless you've got some idea of how you plan to test it.
Taste it.
Taste it?
Yeah.
That's Ulrich's way of doing things. Just
I mean,
shove
like-
it in your mouth.
Like, that's
Maybe, what if it is a topical lotion? What if you are meant to apply it externally?
you can do both. Just like a tiny drop on the hand and a tiny drop on the tongue.
Okay. So,
It may also be a suppository.
For all the good it'll do me, might as well shove it up my ass.
He can just
that worked
form a
really
butt
well.
on his face.
when you can blend my hobby and my medicine into one, well, hell.
Just form a butt on his face.
Okay, so you sort of like dip your gross.
What's a butt plug?
Okay, so you sort of tip it up to the side a little bit, just so the liquid sort of gets towards the point of this flask, and just like dip your finger in and then just put it against your tongue. It tastes sort of sweetish and a little, and you got that sort of the effervescence of the bubbles against dancing across your tongue, and you feel like you stop for a moment and your vision sort of not dims down, but like the color in the room just seems just that little less vibrant.
So it's a depressant.
And then it sort of works because you've only taken a micro dose essentially. It sort of the effect sort of ends, and your vision sort of comes back to the full palette of color that you're used to.
So it's definitely a poison.
You get a brief urge to listen to Linkin Park.
That's what you've...
Was it Monster? The Monster energy drink. That's what you think it is. It's sweet, it's bubbly, it makes you mildly retarded.
and you're piss fluorescent.
Sponsored by Red Bull.
I think I've broken Ross.
I want to go home.
Too
I
late.
have good news and bad news.
He did my bit, but better. So yeah, that's what you've got to establish from that.
Okay.
It's mostly because your alchemy roll wasn't the greatest. So,
Can I do a roll to figure out what it is now, or do I just know that this is probably some kind of sedative that I should just put in someone's food if I want to poison them?
which one do you want to do?
Probably do a roll because Hey, that is not terrible. It's a 17.
17. That's including your int bonus. Okay. From your feeling there, you sort of the way you're thinking, just with the dab taste that you just did. Then I'm not going to fucking dab again. Thank you, you idiots.
You're welcome.
Your sort of little study that you've got there, it did sort of dampen the senses that you've got there. That's what you got. So your thinking is it's some sort of sedative,
Which would make sense because there's a lot of harvesting a lot of things in the area I can harvest that are sedative creators, like the grave moss stuff. So
that's it. The sleeping tonic that you made up for the grave digger definitely was a different brew to what this is.
rightio. Cool. And then healing potions.
This is taking you about an hour or so, so it depends whether you want to keep on going. Or
Yeah, you'll keep on going. Alright. We've only got 2, I think. We've only got one for Ulrich and one for myself, so have one for everyone.
Yep. I think you've got enough materials to do 2 more health potions, basic health potions, or enough to do 1 higher level one.
Do basics for now.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Yeah, well, now you've got enough materials to do 1 of them.
Okay.
And you probably have to spend the rest of the time
Mopping
up and dealing with the fact that you cause a small flash fire across your kit.
Good thing my eyebrows can regrow.
Yeah, because you sort of do it. Basically, it does sort of flash in front of your faces like you've improperly mixed a couple of the components. You do get a flare up and like a big rush of steam across your face, which your body sort of reacts to any sort of damage and sort of goes back to its normal form, and then sort of flashes back to the persona that you've got on at the moment. It takes a little bit longer when you've been covered with, alchemy accident. But that's where you're at. So you definitely don't have an opportunity to do another batch tonight.
Fair enough.
Anyone
Yay,
else?
natural ones.
Natural one. Anyone else doing anything in this evening? Sleep.
You're just saying that because you're really sleepy?
I'd be doing the same thing anyway.
I feel like at the end of the evening, if I had sort of magic left over, there would be some sending of messages to the Harpers and to Mordenkainen.
Yep.
But I don't really have anything.
Yeah, got nothing to sort of report.
Yeah, I don't really have a role play for that. It just would be checking in and.
You're just sending a message saying, "How are you guys doing?"
It's like it's 2:00 in the morning. You're like, you up?
Mordenkainen just popped a
I
message.
think why he's bisexual. I think why he's actually bisexual. I think that was just.
Mordenkainen looks at the messages back is like, my parents are out.
Peach emoji, eggplant emoji.
Question mark.
Question mark.
Look out the tavern window, see why you want his bicycle.
Why does he not have fly yet?
He was too excited.
Okay.
Also, just dimension door, teleport.
He was too excited.
So, Evening goes to nighttime. You guys are sort of settled in for your various rests. Narlag is recovering his eyebrows. The night is sort of broken at one point where you hear just like a thunderstorm sort of roll in. You hear several claps of thunder. But aside from that,
That would be soothing for me.
You're like,
Sounds of home.
reminds me of my old man. And yeah, you're woken fairly early in the morning, actually, by Erwin, sort of knocking on your respective doors and shuffling down to you. It's just like, and just like individually gives you the same sort of spiel. It's like, there's been another strike in the night. I think you guys
it wasn't
will
just Mum. Let's go.
Yeah, there's been.
How bad was it?
It's an interesting one. It seemed to be some sort of attempt on the chapel.
Okay.
We should go investigate this.
Yeah, because that's protected, so let's go. I want to see what happened with that.
Let's transform and roll out.
Is he riding his bike back, or
Is he? Or is that part canon, or is it just a good fun little gag?
is he being ridden back?
You know what? I think Mordecai is the kind that, like, after it's done, he's like, so do you want me to call you an Uber, or, you know, it's not like a stay the night situation. I got a meeting in the morning.
He's
You
not,
gotta,
he's not
like,
a cuddler.
Yeah.
I just don't have any stuff for breakfast, you know. Like,
Done this before?
This is
You would have to also eat it off plates that can talk back to you anyway.
yeah.
all right.
That's a whole bit that I wasn't expecting to have to deal with.
How focused are we on a scale of 1 to 10?
Can
Let's talk about it for 5 minutes.
Is negative 10 allowed?
Oh, we're actually going to be talking about it for 5 minutes. Okay, so that's a thing. Okay.
Let's go to the chapel. Let's all go to the chapel. Let's all go to the chapel. Let's all go
Oh
to
my
the
god.
Investigate
Pray the day
lightning.
away.
You were screwing around in the middle of your guys. Stop screwing around.
I want a chance to screw around. Come on.
So we're at the chapel. What do we see, Ryan? Paint us a word picture.
Okay, so as you sort of
Do
head
we
down,
find any wolves on the way to the chapel?
he's got to go.
We are so focused.
Making your way down the hill, you can sort of see the perimeter of the as you're coming down the hill, you can see the chapel is intact,
Yeah, I mentioned it would be.
which is odd to start off with, because otherwise, why would you be sent in this direction? But as you approach closer, you can just see like almost a perfect circle all the way around the chapel is a scorch mark, just basically running the entire perimeter.
How many lightning strikes were...
A lot.
There was 4 or 5 strikes
Okay.
that 4 or 5 good claps of thunder that you heard in the evening.
I'm going to have Dave fly up and have a look at it from above.
I'm gonna investigate with a roll.
With a roll.
I'm going to investigate too.
Copying me.
Yeah.
I rolled a 20.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm not going to bother then.
What aspect are you investigating?
Just the burns on the ground, trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay. As you get sort of closer up, you can sort of see like there is like burnt grass and everything, and again this sort of perfect circle running the perimeter of the church grounds. And looking on it, like the inside edge is almost basically like a perfect smooth line, but the radiating outwards. It looks like is it Liechtenstein burns? Is it
Yeah.
Is it the right word?
Yep.
This sort of radiating forked pattern burnt into the ground, like basically the electricity has sort of hit the ground and just gone in one direction only.
So it almost looks like there was like a cup placed on top of a very large cup.
Yeah,
over the top.
we now have like evidence of how far the protective dome extends around the church.
Yep.
And Wick is like jumping either side of the line.
Yep.
Protected.
I'm on the east side. I'm on the west side.
Protected. Not protected.
Imagine like the next time you do
Protected,
that,
not
you just
protected.
did a lightning strike just comes down.
I was asking for that. That one's on me.
From above, are there any kind of symbols in the scorch marks, or is it just like it was just trying to hit the church and just nothing?
From above, it looks like a perfectly round shape. That it's kind of like the images you see of like the coronas of like an eclipse, where it's like the perfect circle on the inside, and then you just see the radiating outwards. So you're getting a bird's eye view of.
I think it's stone finding time. Mm-hmm. Someone in this dome has a stone.
Had anyone established previously what the connection was between any of where the stones were? Had that happened in a previous session?
They were all in like the lowest level of the building.
Well,
at least.
when we found the bakery, like lightning had struck the bakery many times,
In the same
crashing
spot.
through like the upper floors until it got to the oven in the basement.
Yeah.
And then struck and blew up the oven.
Yeah.
And the stone was inside the oven, so it was directed directly at
And it
that.
was every time you opened up the oven, which
Yeah,
we
okay.
opened up the oven twice.
All right.
and for the other one,
Hey, everyone, gather round, and using our character voices, we're all of the opinion that these stones are being used as a weapon to destroy whatever building they're put in, right? Does anyone have any theories other than this?
Well, and also destroy morale with the town.
whoever's placing them is obviously in league with Strahd.
It could.
Yeah. Does anyone have any alternate theories than this?
What isn't clear is whether these are being planted to attack specific people or just generally creating chaos around the place. We don't really.
It's interesting that a bakery. What else? Where else was being attacked?
The other one was
The residents.
It was a fella's house.
That does sound quite random, but I mean the church.
We do have the connection
very
of that
specific.
of the book club, so maybe we should see if anybody
Has
can work.
anyone
The church is-
confessed or like
Well, the
admitted
church is
to
open
knowing?
to all, though, so that could be easily...
Well, the
Like
church,
who placed the stone there? Has anyone admitted to knowing that the stone was there?
really...
I don't even think anybody knows the stone exists aside from
yeah.
us.
Yeah, the dude with the burnt face from the residence, he didn't seem to know anything about it.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of refugees in the church right now, isn't there? That's what's. So maybe one of them just happens to have it on their person, hidden in a secret compartment. sort of
Well,
thing.
first things first, for
Ew.
safety's sake, I think we need to find and deal with the stone to stop further attacks from happening. But it may be worth going back and finding out how these stones were placed previously. If the people who are owners of the building weren't putting them there themselves, how were they getting in there? Perhaps we can track this back and find some rogue scoundrel.
That's what my mate in my confidential informant, if you will, sort of implied was the book club connection. But we didn't really go anywhere with that.
Oh, right, that was him. He was saying that like the book club
Yeah.
did it. Yeah, okay.
Is there any
But
way...
what I'm thinking, is maybe one of you magic gentlemen can sort of scope out these refugees or inside the church sort of thing to see if anybody has one of them red stones.
Yeah, we'll
Is
go and
there-
find the stone.
Would there be any way of
I'm
pinpointing...
liking this place I found with Wick's voice. It's fun.
Would there be any way of pinpointing where exactly on the dome the lightning hit, or is that not possible?
The actual, aside from where this protection sort of connects with the ground, you can't see any sort of.
It looks like it's sort of equalized out around the whole dome.
Essentially, it looks like wherever it struck on the dome, it has like earthed equally around the whole thing. So whether it's hit the smack bang in the center or just
So we
makes
can't
it-
use like Arcana or something like that to try and figure out where it hit, or...
if you could physically see the see the barrier,
Yeah,
maybe, but it's more of a holy consecration and
Yeah, all good.
Magic.
sanctified area. So yeah,
I'm fairly certain why you could just snuffle around like a little truffle pig and find the.
We
the
could
thing.
go and talk to.
well, this is where you throw on your
Can you polymorph into a truffle pig?
We can do a pig.
I mean, I absolutely can.
Can you?
I'm not listening. I'm not listening to any rule that says that I can't.
Well, here's the thing. Now you could just put on like detect magic, and then just polymorph yourself into a truffle pig, and then you are just a magic finding truffle pig.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, all right. As far as you guys are concerned,
Wizards are cool, guys.
While you do that, we should probably go and talk to the priest because he.
So what, okay, you
so-
guys are at the boundary.
He is
Nalag
friendly with
is
us?
looking
like
through.
Wick's like picking up bits of burnt grass and like tasting them.
It's got everything you can.
that's fair.
It's got that sort of smell of like burnt green grass. So
Ozone.
it's and you got that smell of ozone just from the lightning from several lightning strikes.
You're like,
So
yep,
it's-
it's burnt.
Confirmed.
Yeah, let's go and talk to the priest. He's been friendly with us, and he's probably not involved.
So who's going where? Everyone going to talk to the priest, or anyone
I'm
else
gonna
looking
talk to
around
the priest,
anywhere else?
'cause it's
Tell
the
me where
thing.
everyone is going.
It's the thing I'm used to
I
doing.
think maybe if we do all that together, just to make sure that the priest knows what we're doing before we go around like questioning people and eating his grass and shit.
Well, I assume we would walk in, the three of us and a pig.
A pig wearing a wizard's hat.
Alright, firstly, we have to stop at a bar first. I've got a great joke.
Well, we started at a bar, but yeah.
All the bits there are just in the bad orders.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll
A
just
dragonborn, a human,
A dragon, a hobgoblin, and a pig walk into a church.
walk out of a bar and into a church.
Genuinely, the way this is all carried out is like me trying to tell a joke. I will start off with like part way through and then realize I forgot a part right at the beginning and have to go back.
Wait. They went to a bar first.
I should have said the Dutchman's only got one leg.
That sounds like it comes from the dirtiest joke.
This isn't being voiced by Gilbert Gottfried.
The aristocrats.
Okay.
So
So-
what are we doing?
So what is everyone actually doing?
I'm going to go and talk to the priest.
I think we all go and talk to the priest first, and then we split up and do our various things. Cool.
All right, let's go and find him. He's in there, and he's just holding a red red
He's
rock.
like-
He's like,
What is this?
Just outside, we just hear thunder cracks non-stop.
If I poke it, it glows.
Can I stop getting drunk and buying shit off eBay?
Boy, howdy.
You ever seen one of these things before?
When did he become Cajun?
I don't know, but I think it works.
If you know, would you mind telling me what this rock is doing?
Just starts talking like Boom Howler from.
I don't even want.
Man, I tell you what.
So,
So
Yeah, let's
the
go.
four of you,
we walk into the church.
you walk into the church.
yes, after all.
As you walk in, you see Father Petrick at the sort of the dais at the far end of the church, and basically going through a sermon, and the refugees and so forth that are in there are all they're paying attention, but you can sort of tell that they have not really slept properly last night.
Like, what kind of sermon is it? Like just a boring monotone, or is it like one of those ones they give it like black churches where he's like, hey,
It's not like a gospel
Okay,
church sort of thing. He's not dancing around. He doesn't have James Brown
I was
playing
like,
music.
start
and-
saying hallelujah.
What? Blues Brother reference?
No, it's just like a bunch of white people sitting around talking about like
Gospel music?
black gospel churches with like careening into disaster here.
Rapidly. It's none of that. It is.
It's
It's-
shitty
it's-
church music.
It's rousing. He's not talking in the monotones. It is still. It's passionate and emotional, but it is still. It's an emotion. It's a religious service.
Weirdly Cajun.
Like,
So he rolled decently on his performance roll.
Yeah. Just imagine that he rolled a dice on the dice and then started his speech.
Yeah. Cool.
And then he sees you guys come in, and then he sort of waves in your direction and sort of signals for you to sort of to either take a seat or hold on for a sec, and then finishes off the sermon, and then sort of goes
Yada yada yada. Amen.
it does all that.
Amen.
Sit, stand, sing, pray. God. Fucking
Yeah, that
Catholics.
last bit is real accurate.
Oh god, I remember fucking singing hymns. That was awful.
Sit, stand, him, have a cookie.
A shitty
Sunday
cookie.
school, and you really wanted to go to school on a
You
Sunday.
mouth all of the words, and it's just as much effort as it would be to actually sing it. But by the end of the second song, you're like sort of leaning on each foot, and you're just like, "Fucking hell, let's just finish this. I want to sit down."
So I can tell that none of us are religious folk.
I didn't have to do any of this. I was raised a godless heathen. It was
I did have to do this.
It was grand.
I did have to do this. It was bad.
But he finishes the sermon that sort of goes around to like the groups of refugees and just sort of does the priestly talks with all the parishioners, and then makes his way across to you guys. Is like, I assume you're here because of the lightning strikes.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we're in the lightning strike business now. It seems
In the investigating lightning strike business.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, rather than...
Although, if you would like to buy some lightning insurance,
Mr. Tarnikov?
We did this yesterday.
Wait, you actually went to the church, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right, sorry, my bad.
I'm not wearing my hood anymore. See, it's just me.
We came to the...
Apparently, he's had a pardon.
It was like 2 sessions ago at this point.
Don't remember.
Oh, you were... No, wait, you were there?
You were there.
You weren't here for that session.
Oh, that's probably why I don't remember.
It's just like, middle of the night, like 4 good cracks of lightning hit the, well, it looks like they're aiming for the church, but they've hit the protection and, well,
It's bounced off.
less bounce. It was, well, when the third one struck, by that point I managed to get outside, and it was...
That's a very good idea. You should definitely run outside in the middle of lightning
you
attack.
find the tallest tree you can find.
Climb to the top of it, and swing your golf club around.
Attached to a belt.
Put on
were you
some
able to
wet
see-
chainmail.
Were you able to see
Start
about
flipping
where
off
it
the
hit?
gods.
I got outside just as the third strike happened, and just saw like the effect of the entire zone of protection we've got here, just like arcing with electricity down to the ground. And then,
Did it look really cool?
if it wasn't terrifying, I would be very excited to see it.
Was there 3 or 4 strikes?
The fourth strike, it would have hit.
Really preoccupied with the number of strikes.
Well, I did say come out on the third.
Yeah, that's...
The fourth strike.
I get the impression he likes to count things. He finds it soothing.
He's really bad at everything except you throw a handful of matches on the ground, he'll know exactly how many you got before you can pick him up.
We're gonna wind up playing like blackjack on a boat one day to kill time, and Ulrich just fucking owns it. I see your value now.
But he's like, it would have struck about, and he's sort of pointing up just a little bit above like the actual church grounds, not above the church itself, but around about there. You guys got to remember, lightning's like super bright. It kind of
yeah.
and it's real quick, so there-ish.
So outside rather than aiming for the church itself.
Have there been any unusual faces? Like, not necessarily unknown, but any people who don't usually come by?
Not especially, but
Anyone chanting any weird magic?
Ooh.
I don't count.
he just sort of sits back for a moment and just like starts thinking. Like, not that I can think of, but I can keep an eye out. That's a good thought.
we are going to have an investigation. As we have been charged with finding out exactly what is causing these lightning strikes.
Anyone given you any weird rocks lately?
No, is that something I should be
Do we
looking out
still
for?
have that rock?
I think I got fragments of one of the ones from the.
I think we've got the original rock, like from the bakery.
Whoa, hang on.
Yeah,
You've got what?
Actually, didn't we give it to you? I thought, like...
Well, he wasn't here.
Yeah,
so
I know.
We can't
The
blame Trevor for not knowing.
No. I'm going to say you didn't, because as soon as someone tried to hand wire you the magic fucking lightning targeting rock, you would have gone like, no, you keep a hold of that, actually.
Like, the lightning thing should definitely go to the brass dragon.
Yeah, Frost Dragon, keep a hold of that one, buddy.
I think you cast like dispel magic on it, and it seemed to stop working.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Seem to stop.
I mean, like, look. Wick is like, I'm not fucking with any magic.
Oh yeah, I grabbed it.
That's
didn't
like
I?
got a wing wong on it. I don't know shit.
Should we just say I've got it? Or
You
something?
don't want to mess with the wing wong.
I don't want to
Alright.
mess with any
Like,
wing.
I don't remember what happened.
You grabbed
to
hold of it at the same time that he cast a spell magic, so you
That's right,
You
and
feel like
yeah.
you just grabbing it, and you saw like the runes just like disperse, and you're just basically like, my hand can undo magic. Fuck yeah!
Ulrich's so dumb.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, all right. So we'll just say I've got it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bring it out and go. Have you seen anything that looks like this around?
And he sort of like leans forward, so it's very, very clearly not reaching out for it because he does not want to touch this thing.
I'll also probably try and I'll cover it a little bit so it's not obvious to everyone else around.
You're just holding a rock, dude.
Yeah, but if there's anyone
red rock.
if anyone's watching and seeing us, like, I don't know,
In case
just
the
in
priest
case.
wants to put his pin number in.
I'll just kind of like show it to him, but without like advertising it everywhere.
Activates again. Is like, oh no.
Probably should have done that. Sensible move. Yes, let's not advertise
A
everything
very
we're doing all the
smart,
time.
canny move coming from Ulrich's corner right now.
Like the entire party just like stopped for a moment, just like looking at Ulrich being competent. It's like, huh.
It's to do with lightning, fellas. I'm good with lightning.
They got the Discworld thing where like the troll's got this hat on that cools his brain. Is also like really smart.
Oh, yeah.
In the presence of lightning, you're actually a fucking genius. Okay. I love it. I'm in.
But the rest of the time he's just running on minimal battery power. Sounds like a Walkman when it's got like.
Oh, God, no. I don't want to think about that. I don't like that.
Was it just a song, or was it explicitly the winding down version? of it?
Toys on low battery power.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, that is horror incarnate. Oh, that's right, because you used to work at like Toys R Us or something. Didn't you? So have you seen Child's Play yet?
I'm not fucking watching Child's Play. But
He's your buddy.
There's a lot of movies about haunted toys at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
what is-
there's
what does
Annabelle
that
as
say?
well, isn't there?
And Toy Story.
You got to watch those haunted dolls.
Yeah, that's kind of just a haunted toy.
Yeah, they're all the
And that
ghosts of
one's-
dead people. And
That one's also about a.
I mean, there's nothing in the universe to say that that's not true.
And you try and prove the negative.
Well, the new ones.
But like specifically, it's like the ghost of a cowboy, the ghost of a sheep herder,
the ghost of a T-Rex.
the ghost of a
The
T-Rex.
new one is actually about a spork that has been made into a toy by
ghost-
the main
the ghost of
by
a
the
spork.
girl.
The ghost of
And
the ghost of an eating
it's
implement.
struggling with its own like existence because it's like, but am I a toy or am I like
An eating utensil.
Yeah, like half of the movie is going, I'm trash. I should be in the bin.
Yeah.
Why am I not in a fucking
Spoilers.
bin?
This is a weird existential conundrum that they put in this toy movie.
yeah.
It's millennial.
Yeah, that's very 29th.
Okay. So he's
But it's clearly the ghost of a spork.
No, it's the ghost of a millennial.
Hold on,
Yeah.
what's going on? I don't know. I'm pretty sure we were playing D.
The Red Rock.
Red Rock.
Ago.
This is apparently our D&D safe word. Red Rock.
What do you know?
Yeah, so Father Patrick sort of like looks in between your cupped hands and is like, I don't recognize that at all. But yeah, feel free to do what you need around the church to find out what's going on.
Thank you, Father.
All right, so we head in the direction of where he pointed that the last lightning strike seemed to be aiming to.
And
Okay.
you activate your magic, glowy, icy magic eyes.
And turn into a pig.
And turn into... That is a thing that happens. What do I see? Word
Are you
picture
doing
man?
both those things, or are you just doing the detect magic?
I'm probably not turning into a pig. I'm not burning a spell slot. It's a good bit, but I'm not spending a spell slot on that.
We had fun with it. I think
Also-
that's all the fun
hey.
we're gonna have with it.
We had fun today.
How does that actually affect your skills as well?
We had fun today, guys. But you know what's not fun?
Being a magic-seeking pig.
Running out of spell slots.
Okay.
If your friends want you to burn spell slots, they're not your friends. Just say no to polymorph.
That's not a T-Rex. To eat a vampire.
I can say yes to T-Rex. That's fucking awesome.
Okay, so detect magic is on. You got that for what, 10 minutes? Or you can just basically pop that on at will at this point, can't you?
It's a first level spell.
It is a...
Second level spell.
Like, as a ritual, I can just fucking whip it out whatever. It's a first level spell. Yep.
Okay, but the
30
ritual
feet,
takes like
10
10
minutes.
minutes, so I think.
Yep.
That's cool. He could be all theatrical about it.
Okay. Where are you investigating?
Getting
Inside,
guts and
outside,
guts, just like-
graveyard,
Should we
walls?
assist in the investigation? Or?
What was in the general direction? Like, when he was saying that the fourth lightning strike seemed to be in a particular area, what was in that direction?
Okay, so from the church, the church is basically smack bang in the middle of that circle.
You would hope so, yeah.
Because you guys know that the bones are beneath the
Right in
floor,
the middle,
basically beneath the floorboards in a secret catacombs region underneath the church.
I don't know this.
You don't know this, but
It's not relevant. I just wanted to say something.
I mean, it is kind of relevant. Because if we go down there and we talk about the bones, you're going to be like, hey, what the fuck are the bones?
What's a bone?
And then you'll get out your bones and be like, they're kind of like this.
like these, but really old, but really good, and they're not the little tinny, no femur.
That's why when we saw like the circle around the thing, I'm just like, this is amazing.
This is I've got to start going to church.
Proof of divine grace right here. It's amazing.
The three of us
Well,
are sort of just walking right past, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of is actually
You
exactly.
guys see this?
This is exactly proof of divine grace.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, literally.
Literally,
Yeah,
this is what.
it's
It, yeah.
the bones of a snake, sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of inarguable.
But yeah. So looking down, the burnt circle sort of cuts the graveyard roughly in half, and it covers most of the way up to sort of the stone wall covering the that sort of shows the bounds, the outer bounds of the church lands on the eastern side, and just falls a little bit short on the western side. So the church is actually a little bit off center in the middle of the grounds.
Was that mine?
I don't know. But yeah, looking in the area, roughly in the area where Father Patrick was sort of signaling to, you're looking in the area between the church proper and the eastern walls is roughly the area where he was pointing to.
Right, okay, but that's just open ground.
Open ground.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
just a short wall that sort of surrounds the entire grounds. We're probably only talking like 3 or 4 courses of stone high. It's enough to sort of just a large step to get over. It's more of a marker of boundary rather than any effort to actually keep anyone out.
Yeah. All right, well, head in that direction and start snuffling around like a truffle pig. Just like one, not actually turning into one, though. Calm down.
Okay. As you're sort of looking around, you see this sort of like shimmering effect all around you. It's kind of like looking at tinted windows when you've got polarized sunglasses on, where you get that sort of
Right. Okay. This is the protection spell. Just
You
sort
can
of
just sort of see
permeating
this
through the air.
You can just see like
Yeah,
this
nice.
rippling sort of multicolored effect that every now and then just sort of like just ripples slightly around. You can sort of just see the movement of the air around it, just from the way it's sort of permeating. You just see just this dome.
Yeah.
It's
carrying
like
over.
you're detecting some kind of magic.
I think it's like I'm on fucking acid. So
It
this is
some
pretty
Lucy
cool.
and the Sky of Diamonds.
Yeah. Does anyone have any Pink Floyd?
I have heard some, but I'm not sure if you've got it Floyd.
No. Yeah. Immediately no.
Does anyone else have any Pink Floyd? All right, roll me perception.
Hey, you're rolling a dice. I remember this.
That's rolling's fine.
Can we assist or?
Not with this. This is him using his.
Can you
wizard-
see out of his magic eyes right now?
Maybe.
It's going to be a 12, which really isn't great.
$12 total?
Oh, no, that is, sorry, 13.
13. So you're panning around, and who else is following around?
I'll follow.
you
I'll
wanna
be
jump
like
on?
following next to Wyu, sort of like intimately, like poking him, going, "What do you?
Can you roll me perception as well?
What you see, Magic Man? What magic can you see?" I rolled a 20.
Oh, dang. And you already start off in the...
Back-to-back 20s, y'all.
Was that really 2 nat 20s in a row? The fuck is wrong with you?
I'm probably rolling bad.
Just wait till combat. One! Fuck! One! God damn it! Well, there's 2 rounds of combat.
And my perception is like a plus 10 anyway, so...
Okay, so between the two of you, like...
So you got this?
You can
In the
see.
hands.
You can see
In the
literally
hands.
everything except. In fact, you see like where the magic isn't, kind of thing. Like, yeah.
you like...
Who needs some Pink Floyd now?
you just like pause for a moment. You just like scan around the area. Everything's in like slow mo. You like look
It's
past
like,
the blades of
it's like
grass.
that-
You see this ant slowly crawling over a leaf.
That Detroit game?
Yes,
Like
yes.
that?
When you sort of pan across and finding all the different. But what you spot is like this.
Wish I just warmed myself up.
Okay. Do you want the heater on?
Okay, if that's an option.
Like, this is really warm.
I was just going to warm myself up because I didn't realise anyone else was cold.
I'm not.
See how it goes.
You said that with the jacket on.
I'm just fat.
Unnecessary.
Well, it is what it is. I'm sitting here with no shoes on and a t-shirt. Everyone else is cold, and I'm like, all right.
I'm actually getting too warm, but
I'm insulated.
Yeah, but you're in like multiple layers.
yeah, I know. I've got ridiculous amounts of layers on.
Yeah, you've also got riding riding pants,
And I've
motorbike,
got-
not the
Jodhpurs. Just
not
call
the
them
bad ones.
jodhpurs.
Can we call them jodhpurs?
What are they called? Jodhpurs?
Yes, they are now.
What do I see?
Okay, you
Paint is a word
spot this sort of section in the sort of sodden grounds because it's it rained a bit last night. You see like this line of like little skid marks essentially across where the dirt and the dirt has been upset and the grass
Someone
has been.
didn't wipe.
God damn it! As soon as I said that,
I said no.
I knew, but I'm like, no, be quiet.
I'm paying attention to the word pitch right now. You're making dumb jokes.
and you sort of follow the eye line of this, and you just sort of see this sort of partly buried in sort of the markers. You see the peeking of an edge of one of those red stones just peeking out from underneath like a bit of the turf.
Fellas, somebody want to get some magical whammy on that just there? Like
Dispel. I'll grab it.
Hang on.
I'll sort of
Before
pick up,
anyone grabs anything.
I'll sort of pick up a stick and I'll sort of like point it out, just that one there. Just I don't
Before
wanna-
anyone touches anything,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take a good couple of steps back from it.
Were
Though.
you poking it with the stick?
I was gesturing in its direction
Okay.
with the stick. Didn't
I
touch
have
it.
to ask, and I promise this isn't a joke. I am actually asking. Can you describe your skid marks?
It looks like something's been sort of moving at a sort of a low trajectory and sort of like skipped across the ground and then sort of wedged.
Like a cart?
So it was tossed.
Well, it looks like the stone has been thrown from a distance at a low height, just like bounce.
With
bounce,
some
and then-
velocity.
that kind of-
CSI Miami on this shit. Like, go to like the end point, look down the skip marks.
Some
and
of
where
that
did it
Arkham
originate from?
City,
Yep.
like
Just
triangulating angles.
see people's
thing.
bones. Yeah.
What did
Detective mode.
you sort of follow the line, and
With your 20, I
sort of see just
wouldn't
sort of
be surprised if you could see.
this is
detective
where the wall
mode.
sort of sits just on the outside of the the actual protective area. That's sort of the skidding sort of stops, and then outside of the zone of protection, there is like the wall.
So you could say it appears like someone was standing outside of the protective thing and just sort of pegged it over the wall. Okay, so it's someone that is affected by a protection spell has pinged this thing in. So we're probably talking about like a horribly evil person or a vampire.
Some kind of possibly. Well, I don't know what this protection you're talking about entails, but
Oh, the church has a protection around it.
Magic bones.
Yeah.
There's magic holy bones that protect the church. That's what I was asking the father about the other day.
holy bones.
Holy bones, yes.
So we're thinking this is like a demon stopping or a
Vampire.
Basically anything that's
demon or an undead maybe sort of thing.
it does prevent them from entering the church grounds.
All right, well,
You know what? I think it may actually be time to quiz Priesty Boy. And
I
see
grabbed
if
the rock.
He knows specifically. Oh yeah, we'll
I'm taking steps back from.
You grab hold of the rock.
Well, I know that when I grab it, it'll.
Okay,
Probably
you
dispel.
scoop up the stone. You, with your perception, you sort of this swirling of storm clouds is like instantly start growing in the.
Oh yeah. Plus, we're inside the dome.
yeah,
so-
and you just hear
Probably be okay.
I forgot about that.
you just
You're
hear
like, I'm gonna do a dumb thing. It'll be great. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, but,
Damn it!
and yeah, this like darkening section of cloud like swirling around, and then all of a sudden this like light flashes like crack, and you just see this like electricity.
I grab
dancing.
it and go, "Come at me!"
You see, there's electricity sort of
All right,
dancing
calm down.
all the way across this dome. It's sort of like an increasing ring size, and then hit the ground, and you just see like
It's sort
like-
of all coming down as a giant ring around
as a ring down, and then sort of
Damn.
from the top, it just sort of like clears back up again as it sort of moves down the side, and then just like fizzles out when it hits the ground. A little bit more smoke rises up from the grass that's around the edges of this dome. But yeah,
I'm
And
tempted
then
to
that's
lightning
really
back
cool.
at it, but it's
That's
not-
really cool to watch.
You're already a
boy.
7-foot dragon covered in metal. Why do you feel the need to try and like pump yourself up like that? We're all very impressed.
and as you're saying this, you just hear another crack. And this dome just like again just sort of absorbs and just like emanates this.
All
like,
right,
S-
dispel
standing
magic.
underneath this lightning. And why are you doing? Why are you doing that?
And again,
I try and crush it.
strength check for hand crushing a stone.
12 plus
I'm going to say probably
3
not.
or 5, but yeah.
You're not fucking Superman.
Yet.
All right. I mean, you probably have to be a baby and go to another planet for that to work.
How do you know that Dragonborn are not from another planet and sent here when their other planet had exploded?
Fucking touche, I guess. Right?
Fuck me, I guess.
Man, I guess I'm the fucking idiot. All right.
It's only 15, but yeah.
Yeah, you sort of like, "Arrgh," and then you hear another. At this point, Father Petrovic is sort of like running around the sides, is like trying to sort of.
Guys, can you not?
Ulrich, just pass it here, please. Dispel magic.
Yep. I don't remember if I needed you to roll that last
No.
time. I believe it was.
Yeah, I
it
think
was
we
below.
discussed that.
If it's
below.
equal or lower, then
Yep.
just
Yeah, at that point there, you just see the rune that's in it just go, and
Where's the priest?
he's been. But as soon as the lightning started striking again, he's basically come around, but he's sort of.
I wave at him and
He's
go,
like comes like
He's hugging
so,
the edge,
So this
essentially.
is your problem right here. You got a lightning rune. Is
yeah.
what it is.
I wave at him and
Typical
point
things
and
just
like
going around.
point
It's
at
pretty
the thing
common
and-
for properties this old. See, you get your lightning runes, right? It's,
You didn't pay for the lightning rune insurance, did you?
no,
Yeah.
you got to get the undercoating for that. You got to pay extra for the undercoating.
I
Easy,
wave
it's
at
fun,
him,
isn't it?
point at the stone in my hand, and go, like this. This is probably what the...
And he's basically got his back to the church walls, making sure he's keeping underneath the gables, eaves of the church. Is basically like and sort of keeping a nervous eye out at the top of the at the sky. And he's just looking up. You'll spot it first again. Those clouds are just sort of like swirling and just sort of dissipating back out into the normal dreary.
I'll head over to the priest.
Yep.
And I'll say, so this is a long shot, I guess. You wouldn't have happened to have seen somebody like sort of loitering outside your wall over there, and point to the spot where we sort of inferred that somebody would have thrown the rock from. Just some maybe like demonic or undead sort of nasty thing who was over there.
Goth-looking person.
I don't want to cast aspersions, but like we think somebody maybe threw that stone into the churchyard, as it were.
I've got a spare spell slot if you want me to cast aspersions instead.
I cannot believe we've not done that one before.
Really? I feel like we have.
The only reason why I hesitated because I got back about like, surely this one's come up.
I feel like we have. Maybe.
I don't think we have. I remember that one. That's a good one. It's probably been done on another podcast.
You would imagine.
Is it really?
I feel like there's something like a Jim Dark Magic would have said at least 5 times in a single session. He's like, where I don't know of anything, but I've been inside most of the night. But show me where you.
I'll just lead him over to the. Why am I doing that in voice? Just lead him over to the spot where we sort of
You can do
on the other
character
side.
voice for actions. It's fine.
Like the other side of the wall, just sort of. This is where it sort of looks like.
Okay, and he's sort of just standing at the church side of the wall and looking over. I'm going to roll a dice for him.
Didn't happen to see like a easily identifiable sort of zombie man who was over there.
Well, at this point here, you're looking over as well. Again, you've got that good old 20 perception.
My
Stupidly high.
Shut up.
It's just
Oh no,
rogue,
it's good.
20
but it's
plus-
stupid.
Plus what else?
This is the way they
10,
managed to make
minimum
rogues
10.
good at finding traps without
like
giving
13,
them a
14
fucking
or
spell
something?
back.
My passive perception
great.
is 10. My perception is 10.
No, but what's your bonus?
My 10.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
my
yeah,
passive
yeah.
is 20.
Yeah. So you've got that was 30. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
He sees things.
That one.
you see these small, they almost look like kind of reptilian, like a lizard's footprints that are sort of in the sort of this muddy ground. But it didn't rain last night; it just had the lightning strikes, so the ground was sort of wet but not rained on. So the footprints are actually sort of implanted in, and it looks like a pair of like the sort of reptilian footprints leading up to the wall, and then roll me investigation from there.
I'll, as I see them, I'll yell over to Narlag. See, does these belong to a friend of yours?
What could be Dragonborn?
Come over and check him out.
Investigation, you say? Mm-hmm. That's a 19.
19. You can tell that the footprints that were involved with leaving, they look like they're at a run because the stride distance is further. So you're looking at it, so it looks like someone
Walked
or
up
something
through it.
with sort of
Like
this reptilian, sort of like the clawed sort of like clawed feet,
Yeah.
crept up, so shorter strides, and then when they left quickly.
Just for, for whatever. If I've got like, I don't have it in like my equipment here, but like, just like a piece of parchment and like a charcoal or something. Just try and like get a little thing of
Do a rubbing.
do a little rubbing of the
puts the paper down, just gets sodden and wet because of the muddy ground.
Oh, there you go. So it's an imprint. You got it.
You're like, this is like a negative of the footprint.
just draw a thing of the footprint just to get a little. All right. So,
Looking at it, it looks like 4 long clawed fingers, and then like a fifth like thumb point that goes backwards. And looking at it, it looks bipedal. Like it's run forward like on two legs.
Matching that description, does Nalik know anything about that?
Have any of you, look, I don't want to be mean here, but any of you monster people seen anything like this before?
Yeah, look, I'm going to take a roll with a fucking nature.
Yeah,
and
I was
Arcana
thinking
check. I'm gonna yeah.
knowledge nature, I guess.
Oh shit, that's a 19 for me.
I got a fucking nat 20 on that one. Badoosh.
So what?
We got fucking magnets on the floor? Nice.
I got 2, so you know.
So you'll roll. Okay. So what?
I mean, I got a 2 as well. But
that a zero
it's a
after?
0 after mine.
Yeah.
So you were what role were you rolling?
When I roll.
Because I think everyone wanted to roll something, so I want to sort of work out what everyone's rolling.
Yeah,
at.
okay.
Because you got a 19 as well. You got 2, so I can.
Well, I got 3, but it's
so
negative.
you got
one.
I mean-
you got farts.
I was rolling religion because, like, I'm
Religion?
assuming we're dealing with some kind of demon or undead.
and you were rolling.
I'm treating this as like it's just. I wasn't thinking it would be like an unnatural thing. I'm like, is there like a race of creatures? Is like a kind of thing that like something could
That'd be
maybe
more
turn
of a nature.
into?
More of a
like a
nature, check,
nature
and you're
arcana.
looking religion.
Actually, I'm going to roll athletics. I don't get to tell
You do a cool flip.
I was going to say exactly that. A cool flip. You're like, yeah, look at me, guys. Woo, I'm velvet. Wick has sort of got the investigation handled on this one here.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at it and I'm like tracing it down. I'm sort of like, have a look at this.
At a point, you
I started just doing
you can do your
handstands.
investigation along. You're basically following the trail back off again. But as soon as it hits the actual sort of the paved road, you lose the trail. But it was heading from the eastern wall of the church into the town. Like the church is on the western side, so the eastern wall is towards the center of the town. So the path it's running is running into the town, not out.
Maybe we should go and question the city guard,
Good. That's good.
because they might have seen something.
I think that I mean we follow the tracks as far as we can go and see if anyone saw anything, and maybe doing that for like the previous
Because
instances
chances
where this happened as well. Like if this is the same thing, then like a lizard creature has snuck into these houses and
Hold on,
places.
hold on,
Someone's
hold on,
seen
hold on a
something.
second. I just want to confirm something. I look at Ulrich's feet. What kind of feet does Ulrich have?
they're covered in armor, but
He never takes his armor off. I've seen him sleep and defecate in it.
What kind of feet you got? I've never seen a dragon man's feet.
I take my shoe off.
Oh god!
I mean, like, we've
Oh,
been
God.
precedent.
Everyone make a constitution check.
All good. But as soon as he's halfway through that, I think both wizard and warlock are like instantly like prestidigitating like crazy.
That's where that motion comes
We
from.
both make, like, hankies to put in front of our faces as we keep on casting.
But I love this bit that you're just a disgusting creature. You take the sort of the greaves
The
off and
world's
everything,
grossest
the top
paladin.
of the boot off, and then the leather shoe that's underneath the armor that sort of peels away. Underneath you've got these. Your foot is a 3-toed alignment. Where the
Is it? I don't remember actually.
It's your foot, man. Come on.
I've forgotten about the
they are
physiology of Dragon Ball.
quite broad digits, ending in sort of it's a claw, but it's a much broader to a point claw. Where what you're looking is, we're only talking maybe 4 to 5 inches long in the full length of the thing.
Oh, so this thing is tiny.
That's small.
Okay.
I probably should have said that.
Yeah,
That's
like, I was
small.
assuming it was
4 to
full
5
size.
4 to 5 inches long on each of these footprints. Where that's about the length of half, a third of his foot.
After looking at that, all right, I'm not going to ask you what your foot looks like, because it could look like anything, couldn't it?
He pulls his boot off. It looks like a chicken leg. Like, oh no, that was a bad choice for this gag.
It could be a weird technical thing, for all I know. I don't really want to.
Just a
to
bunch
touch
of
that.
dicks in a sock. Fuck you for asking, frankly. You gotta deal with dick sock.
I don't know, proper name.
I'm
cocksock.
loving the energy of the room this week. It's so much better.
Like last week, this week.
Well, it's because Trevor's here.
Oh. Anyway, Yeah, so you lose the trail.
With a 20 nature check, like, is there anything? Is there a creature? Is there a creature that exists in the world that would just have this?
Have you ever read a book that had like little impressions of different like footprints?
Not unless
I mean,
it had
that's
their faces.
not generally the end of the body that White focuses on.
And
Ew.
going through the nature side of things,
What's
you
a
know
butt
of
plug?
quite a variety of reptiles. Most of them are quadrupedal, which sort of excludes at this point. You do know of, and it's in a portrait in Mordekainen's house, of a bipedal, very large lizard.
What about an elf?
Much bigger.
Is it him?
And of course, you also know that form because you've been that form.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, cool.
The thunder lizard.
Retcon, that's where I got the idea of turning into a T-Rex from. I saw it in a picture in Monaghan's thing.
You actually did, because I did straight up say that you saw pictures of him, his adventures in Chult,
Yeah.
and they were dinosaurs. I've actually, that was canon.
Fucking
You've
there you
seen
go.
it, and
Tied
now
up
you
those
know what
loose ends.
Now you know why you know what a T-Rex looks like.
Excellent.
So it's a T-Rex.
For
We
everyone,
stumbled Dick first into getting the right fucking
for
answer.
everyone at home that's like, that's not right. He wouldn't know what a T-Rex was. Yeah, fucking there you go. The answer was, a wizard did it.
Isn't that always the answer?
Yes.
That's of the natural types. Then there is obviously dragons, which are a magical creature. Obviously, they're quite a lot larger. Even the whelplings are.
I mean, I'm not an expert in this whole area, right? But I mean, we got some like some little like coordinates that we can sort of pin together. It's a thing with lizard feet that also can't go through the magical holy barrier. So maybe it's some kind of demon-y thing,
It's a bad.
or some kind of zombie lizard.
Which gets your thinking onto the side of fiends and demons, of which there are several types that this could be. Imps,
Maybe
closets.
now I should roll knowledge.
Would that be an Arcana?
What did you roll?
Religion.
You roll religion. That's where you jump in and start listing off the several different small style fiends and creatures that this could be. Again, like I said, imps, closets, which are basically
There's a lot.
There's a lot, but there's a lot of reptilian style small fiends.
So what we may be looking for here is some kind of magical person that can command some kind of smaller demon magical thing. What kind of magical person does that?
What sort of
Strahd.
rat shit piece of crap would do something like that?
What kind of man would consult with actual demons?
I mean, all his things are tentacled monsters. So, like, if there was a Japanese schoolgirl here,
all right. Technical monsters. That's fine then. That's nothing to worry about. Everything above board there.
Even
sorry,
I have
the
standards.
wrong word, tentacle abominations. But if there were any Japanese schoolgirls are in the vicinity, I would be worried. But there aren't. So
What's a Japanese?
good point.
I mean, I get what you're doing, but don't say a Japanese. It sounds really bad.
We know Strahd can talks to these kinds of creatures, don't we? Or can summon these kinds of creatures. Don't we?
I don't.
We
believe
don't know shit.
We know he's definitely evil and could maybe probably do it, but we don't know for certain.
Well, it's clearly Strahd.
You say that.
Is it though?
He said it everything though.
You say that about literally everything.
Yeah, well,
This drunk guy sat in the corner.
who
Obviously, Strahd.
Who asked
My
you a
feet
minute to
smell
take your boot
bad.
off?
Bloody Strahd.
Who was it that a minute ago asked you to take your boot off?
you did.
Okay, well, you don't say it. Thanks for yes-anding me a bit. I appreciate it.
Obviously, Strahd. Yeah. So yeah, thinking fiendish, small, sort of imp, closet, sort of. That's the two that I can remember the names of, and that's why I've been repeating them ad
necromancer I've been
nauseam.
sent here to find.
Quasits are... What are quasits? They're...
It's a made-up word.
No.
It's made-up nonsense.
I know, but
Hey,
Hey!
there's the ones that belong in the chaos.
Whoa!
There's the ones that belong in like the chaotic abyss, and then there's the ones that belong in like the nine hells.
The very orderly abyss.
Yes.
Yeah, it's essentially the difference between demons and imps. Demons and fiends, I think.
Yeah.
I think a closet is a demon type and imp is a fiend.
Yes.
It could have been the necromancer I've been sent here to find.
It could very well have been. Yes. Did he know that spell?
How
Well,
would he know,
I mean, he could
How
have-
would he know that?
He could have raised a another creature from the dead that happened to have legs like this.
Maybe go this side here, so it's.
Yeah, and clearly by now that creature is a lich and could easily summon things.
Indeed, indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you got. It's probably something fiendish or demonish with reptilian
Yay, more
feet.
things to fight.
Well, at least we know what type of creature we're hunting. That should help us.
And unlike everything else we seem to fight, it's kind of small.
Well, at the moment, we still have as our best lead heading to the Kalashnikov family.
Vodka. The vodka people.
Right, them, yes.
Why did you?
Just
the
thinking
creators
Russian.
of the
Did you just think
AK-47?
Russian and then
Yes.
just kind of went like...
Yeah, my brain
Random.
was just searching for a random Russian name.
Yeah.
And you decided the ones that make the guns.
Yes.
Right.
Should we go and talk to the guard first? Because they may have seen... Like, that time of evening, chances are whoever threw it in there, the lightning came straight away. The guards would probably remember where they were when it like came down, and they may have been in the area.
I see no problem with that.
It's worth it talking to. Maybe you shouldn't come along.
What do you mean?
The guards don't like you.
They just don't know me very well. It's fine.
Okay.
You got a full pardon, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he just kind of went, "You're pardoned." He didn't like.
I didn't get it. It was more like a handshake.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't get a pardon.
It was
in
more.
writing.
It was more a verbal sort of pardon
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
Like,
it's
you burped and he said pardon.
yeah.
It's a
This doesn't count.
Like,
That's
immediately-
I mean,
Let's try.
Post hoc ergo proctor hoc. I don't think that's really like much of a connection, you know.
Like,
He did burp, but I don't know that was to do.
like we left his mansion, and the guards were like, "Oi, what are you doing here?" And we're like, "Oh yeah, he's pardoned." And they went, "Okay."
Yeah, they were cool.
That's not entirely true.
that's not untrue.
That's not.
What happened was that first bit. Then the burgomaster yelled down the stairs, going, "He's actually got a pardon," and they went, "Oh, fair enough." So you missed that middle stage of that.
Okay.
So the two elements
And
you said
luckily,
yes
we
are
haven't
fundamentally
seen any
true.
other guards yet, so they haven't just immediately gone, "Oi, you," and then yeah. So
You're next chubby.
yeah.
I mean, it's
No,
entirely.
it's okay. A disembodied voice called down the stairs that he's pardoned.
Yeah.
That's what passes for criminal justice in this place.
I mean, yeah, it's the frontier.
Don't be shitty.
This is why the government needs to be overthrown.
Because of bad paperwork.
Yes.
Actually, that's probably
Yeah, that is actually a very good reason to overthrow a government.
Holy shit. Oh dear. Oh, we've had the ha-has and the funny times.
Do you play some D&D now?
We had fun today.
But let's all be serious for a moment. Revolutions are a very important thing.
Sometimes the soil of patriotism.
Okay, so you guys going to go talk to guards?
Ruling with fear can often grow orderly crops of corn, but it can also grow the potatoes of doubt.
Are you just really hungry?
Okay. Do you need to talk about things?
Or you just really want some like southern cuisine, which involves corn and potatoes?
I'm quoting Pratchett.
Oh, I missed that one. I'm sorry.
Do we want to split up and do this, or should we go as a crew? Because splitting up always works.
Can't get over the potatoes.
Well, let's wait before we do anything until Wizard
something wizard. I don't know. There's something in there.
Wizlord.
We have faffed around a lot today.
I think this is going
This
well.
has been going
And
great.
yet we've probably
I think we basically cracked it.
and yet we have probably achieved more than last session.
Yeah.
Well, you've gotten further down the investigation, that's for sure.
It definitely feels.
It definitely feels like you've taken at least a step forwards.
Fairly sure we spent like 2 hours last week going, okay, now we're drinking and now we're telling stories. These guys are drunk.
I fought a wolf. It was this big.
Yeah.
Did you really? Yeah, that's what he did. I told
told
the story
stories.
about the blood flu.
Okay.
Yeah.
In game.
Yeah.
So people, but basically,
Hang on, was it a clip show? Is that what it was? 'Cause I
we
wasn't
did a
there.
bottle
You
episode.
guys just did a bottle episode.
Yeah, we did a bottle.
No, it was the guys were trying to impress a couple of hunters by telling stories. Well, he was trying to impress people by telling stories.
And so, yeah.
While they were getting stoned from what he had poisoned them with.
Well, while he was
he
trying to
roofied-
manipulate the situation,
Yeah,
to
he
get
roofied
the,
them.
The booze to them.
I mean,
I also
technically roofied Ulrich.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Were you into that? Or?
I shrugged it off as I rolled the con save.
passed his con save.
And then mysteriously got the fuck out of there after one drink without any knowledge of anything going on.
Well, because he got told, yeah, we don't know anything about our mum's book club. But Narlak didn't know that. So he got them more drunk and took them to their house.
So,
Hi.
hi.
What's going on?
I think you guys are going to go talk to guards.
How's your day going?
Pretty well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just
Yours? Sorry, I feel like this should have been a back.
yeah, no, I'm doing really well. So I haven't attacked anything yet. You know,
I don't think anyone has.
no.
5 minutes.
No, we
I've made 2 attack rolls with week.
Hey. Fucking
he hasn't
come at me.
he hasn't cast any damaging spells.
Fucking do it. Just come
Ever.
at me. I'm not even talking about an arrow.
I wasn't even
Fucking do
going to
it.
like qualify that statement. I'm just going to say he hasn't cast any damaging spells.
Go round and round. I mean,
So you're gonna cast a spell that lets us see backwards in time. There's no such spell that does that. I'm just taking the piss.
That's memory. That's the spell of remembering. That's what that spell is.
I'm a millennial. We don't have a memory.
I'm a millennial too.
You know,
Calm
we're
down.
all millennials.
That's.
Are you though?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
we
I
are-
certainly am.
We are by definition all here millennials.
Well, fair enough then.
It's such a vague term
Yeah.
that millennials have actually grown up and turned into the old people now. It's the
Yeah.
well, it's not a vague term. There's a year attached to it, and
it's a range of years.
Yeah, but like a start point.
Yeah, which was well before we were all born.
The problem is no one can
No, it's
actually
actually-
agree on the start.
It's like
or
the year
end
that we
point.
were born.
Yeah.
the year that we were born.
But is it the year that I was born?
Not everything is about you, you fucking millennial.
Hey.
Well, I know we.
Wait, like,
There's the
like that's actually one of the things that I was looking up because I did look up like what qualifies as a millennial. In some definitions, I do. In some definitions, I don't because I'm 95. So, you know,
You're 95. You don't look a day over 80.
I moisturize. Lanolin. It's
Okay,
fantastic.
so we go and talk to guards.
So, oh gosh, okay. What's the plan?
Okay.
What's the plan?
You have said some buck wild shit in the past, some fucking just craziness. But I am never, ever in my entire life going to be able to shake the image of you, butt naked, slathering yourself in lanolin. That is my fucking cross to bear at this point.
Oddly enough, I can picture that.
Well, that's my problem.
You know,
Yeah.
we don't actually have to play D&D. We can just sit here and talk shit for like 3 hours.
Yeah, into microphones.
We don't actually have to have this pretense of D&D. It doesn't seem like it's really a thing.
I like rolling the dice.
When I get to editing this one, it's going to be like half an hour. Half an hour of usable fucking shit.
I got an 11.
You took 11 bits of shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Finding guards. You guys are not too far away from the western gates.
Did anyone actually have a plan for what we're doing with these guards?
Go and
We're
ask
gonna
them
go
who,
ask them a
like,
couple
if
questions.
any of them.
Okay, we
Ulrich's
asked
going to
them.
go and ask a guard a question. Nothing bad will happen then. I'm sure it's going to go great.
Just let
The
it
guards
play.
are fine.
He asked the guard.
I like the guards. Guards.
What is the question that you asked the guard?
maintain order and stability. It's the government that I hate.
Okay, so you make your way towards the gates. The gates are closed, which is something, again, which is a little bit unfamiliar. Because Valakir's normally had open gates during the day.
Hasn't it been closed since we got here? Before we got here?
Yeah, we managed to convince them that we could get let in.
Yeah.
Valakir's gates were open during the day until you guys got back from the Amber Temple. It was Chris, because it was closed all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, but since you guys got
can't remember.
since you guys got back from the Amber Temple, these guys have got the gates closed day and night because shit is going weird. But yeah, you see a much more manned gate than you've seen previously. Is usually just two people standing, posted. Now you got at least half a dozen that you can see, possibly more along the walls.
Walk up to the closest one.
Wick's got his hood on and he's just sort of keeping hanging back.
Roll for nonchalant.
Is that like stealth with advantage?
Yeah, is that similar to stealth?
Like stealth with wow.
Oh!
Was that a
That's a two and a one.
So you are doing exactly
Yeah.
that. You are just doing the.
I mean, that's still a 15.
Fucking rogues, man.
It's a very effective.
For me to get a 15, I think
No,
I need
it's
to
very
roll
effective just because he's
17.
far away.
Okay.
I'm the lowest dice because you're wearing armor, so you get disadvantage.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
One of the sort of, because they're up on sort of the raised area above the gate. And this one sort of it's like, what's happening, civilian?
Gentlemen, a moment of your time, if I may. I need to speak to whoever was on night duty just before the storm started.
That will be all of us. We're due for shift change.
Oh, perfect. Were any of you looking towards the chapel?
Or near the chapel at the time of it.
You talking about the strikes?
Yes.
Well, after the first one, yeah, we're all looking at it.
Did any of you see anything small running away?
Saw lightning and a big fuck off dome. That was weird.
That would be...
Was anyone patrolling in that area?
Well, we're on gate duty, so maybe, but there wouldn't be none of us.
Can you point us to the guardhouse that would have had patrols?
Izek controls all the guards and their patrols, so check in with him.
Thank you. Just so you know what the actual dome was, that's the church's protection.
Bloody hell, why does it get protection?
Oh.
What about the rest of the town?
I actually spoke to him.
Been there for hundreds of years.
Unfortunately, it cannot be extended, but no matter who you are, you can go there and be protected.
That's good to know.
Safety.
Oh, and if you see any small lizard people,
Kill them.
yeah. That's actually good
He's
advice.
just sort
Is
of like,
this coming from a dragon?
I said small.
he's sort of looking at it as like sizing you up a little bit.
I'm also 7 feet. I look down at him and go, I said small.
He's on an elevated gate, so like in the section
okay.
over top of a gate.
You could be much further away.
I take off my shoe again.
And 3 guards collapse. Because now we're in a Mel Brooks movie.
Just feed everyone beans for the night.
Oh god.
Wait, what did we figure out that it probably was?
A demon.
It was just, okay, it wasn't a T-Rex.
Like
okay,
some kind of...
sorry, all I remember from that whole conversation
damn it!
was something about T-Rexes and demons.
Now I'm picturing a T-Rex going up to a church wall
Like-
with a little rock in his tiny little hands. trudge away.
While everyone's paying
Meanwhile,
attention
there's
to
just
the
like
dome.
a single glass of water on the dais inside the church. It's got the rippling effect going on.
Guards in the surrounding area, they didn't see nothing.
Everyone rolled a 1 on the perception. It's like, that's weird.
The T-Rex is around here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Rampaging in the background. In the background. Anyway,
Oh, I'm so hungry today. That was a Trevor joke. I feel like that was a very Trevor joke.
I was drinking, so my ventriloquism is getting very good.
Your tranquility.
Ventriloquism.
All right, let's proceed on to fuck, I've forgotten his name.
Isaac.
Yes,
That
I wanted
guy.
to say it, but I was not 100% certain.
Before we charge off and do a thing, everyone come together. Okay, we have a new piece of information. There is some sort of demon thing that is possibly doing the bidding of someone else. Theories? We seem to have 2 pieces of information. One is that you have a suggestion that the
Volk. The Lady Volk's book club being some kind of connection to all this.
Lady Volk's book club, which is sort of a clanging phrase right there. A book club. That's an odd thing. And fiend demons. Like, so we're probably talking about that book club is calling forth demonic entities, right?
I think that's a fair guess.
Yeah.
I would say. People who do magic, I don't really know. They
That is definitely something that happens.
is that a thing that you magic people do?
It is.
I wouldn't. Oh, well, he would be the one to know about most of that. I don't really consult with other magic users. Perhaps when we go.
I'm sorry. I would know about using magic to call forth demons from a demon dimension. I would. So you.
Shit! It's a
were
wizard
saying-
fight.
You were saying I would be the one to talk to because you wouldn't have information on that. The fuck?
I meant consulting with other magic users. Not necessarily.
Okay. So because,
not hideous creatures from other dimensions.
Just
That's something
like
he's all about.
Just like working.
that's fine.
Just
like,
working with other people.
Like
All right.
teamwork is the thing that you don't really understand.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna ask the question that everybody's thinking. Did you summon a demon and throw the lightning rune into the churchyard for some unscrutable reason?
Absolutely not.
I cast Zone of Truth.
You
No, I'm pretty sure it's a cleric spell.
Yeah.
you just make an illusion like it has been cast.
Yeah, I just say out loud, I cast Zone
A
of
single
Truth.
line of sweat comes down Noah's brows.
It's a performance role.
It's like, can he do that? Just step into the zone.
I'm liking
take
the
a
idea
seat.
that any wizard says they do any magic and Wick's like, oh shit.
Just looking around, like, what can blow up?
Oh no. I'm gonna be turned into a frog.
Never in my life have I ever summoned any kind of demon or devil.
That is true.
Do you need me to roll persuasion on that, or do you want to roll insight on it?
Well, it wouldn't be persuasion. Well, actually, I suppose. Yeah.
What, fiends? Are they fiends? What are they?
Well, yeah,
What's that shit that you do? What is that shit that you bring
They are
forth?
abominations.
yeah,
Abominations,
yeah.
there we go.
So they're all demons, but there's fiends and devils. I think.
Basically,
Yeah, demons
things,
are a thing as
things
well.
that are bipedal with like that many claws, you can't summon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything I can summon has more legs than that, or no legs.
Or jiggly bits.
Or a lot of teeth and tongues where they shouldn't be.
And a lot of eyes.
Horses with mouth knees.
Oh, that fucking horse!
Oh, I'm sorry. You're making that noise like you guys forgot about that for half a second? Because that's literally been all I've been thinking about for the past 6 weeks. I wake up screaming.
Don't get me wrong. I remember it. I just don't like thinking about it. I don't like people
I
bringing
made
it
it
up.
out inside my brain. I could actually cast Zone of Truth.
I'm a good person to be around.
Yeah,
Do you have it saved?
I'm not convinced.
No,
you're a
I'd
good
have to
person
it
at
would
all.
have to be the next day.
Okay.
At this point, I am probably going to go and find the closest thing this little podunk has to a library and start to investigate the background and history of the ruling families in this town, looking for their dark secrets.
Well, we already know one of them is into
Necromancy.
So
I mean,
bagging.
like, we can just go ask Izek for a warrant to go search their house.
it
mean,
is
like,
entirely possible it's just a book club. I mean, my parents met at a book club. Like, how do you think a dragon and a male and a human met? Like,
If a dragon and a human met and fucked at a book club, it wasn't a book club.
It might have still been a club.
That's one of those, like, you're saying that out loud and, like, you're in your 40s and you still haven't put that together. That wasn't a book club, dude. Sorry to pull the bandit off, but your uncle and his roommate. Not his roommate either.
Definitely roommates.
It's a one-bedroom apartment, man. Come on. He's brought Derek to the past 10 Christmases.
it needs to be bigger than that to house a dragon.
Is this from personal experience, Trev?
Don't worry about it.
Do you want to talk about it?
It's fine. It's fine?
Did you have a not Uncle Derek?
Is it fine though?
Did you have a not Uncle Derek?
It's fine. I actually do have an Uncle Derek.
I hope he doesn't listen to this point.
I hope he does.
I think he's dead.
Hi, Derek. Bye, Derek.
Oh shit! Oh boy.
All right.
So from your knowledge, outside of Warnekainen's vast libraries, which are mostly his own arcane studies, the other major library you've seen is in the Burgomaster's.
Yeah, I imagine any library here is going to be like 4 books, and they're all
And
going to be...
3 of them are about how to cook.
Yeah.
There's also
rotations
going to be another 12 copies of Snow Dwarf and 7 Whites.
yeah.
Except these ones don't have any signatures, and they will pay a fucking mint for one that does.
Okay, well then the Burgomaster. What
Well,
is actually okay? So what
Izek.
is I don't know how much of this was established. What is the relationship between the I've already forgotten the woman's name.
Vodka.
Lady Vodka.
Vokta.
Vodka.
Vodka.
Okay.
Vodka.
I think Vostok because that's the watch. Vodka. What's the
The other 2 houses, both like
2 houses.
yeah,
Both are like in infamy.
in fair Barovia where we lay our scene?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
okay.
We could.
I don't know what this is.
We could interpret the Bard's great works into this fucking clusterfuck.
Yeah, but we already know the son of one family, and he's this emo kid. Actually, that kind of fits.
Yeah, straight up.
Really?
This is going to be reinventing Baz Luhrmann's fucking.
Yeah.
Ew. Ew.
It's
Ew.
entirely possible
You
that
take
it winds
those
up being
fucking dirty
Hey, that
names
was
out of
Leonardo
your
DiCaprio.
mouth. I don't give a fucking shit. Baz Luhrmann is a hack and needs to die.
I mean, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, okay.
We have.
I didn't think this was going to
Yeah.
be the hill that you died on.
Is Baz Luhrmann your uncle?
I fucking hate Baz Luhrmann.
Did Baz Luhrmann come to some family things for you? Like, is
No,
that something
no, I
you need
just
to talk
fucking
about?
hate
With an uncle of yours?
I had a creepy uncle. He's dead. Baz Luhrmann just needs to fucking die.
There are so many times I have to edit out where someone has a particular dislike for an Australian person.
Name one. Oh, wait, okay.
You have no idea how much I had to chop out for that because you actually stopped and went, "Hang on, you put a break in here because I need to edit this out."
Wasn't that thing about Bindi Irwin?
Then you went for like a 20-minute rant. I cut that out. Then 5 minutes later, you started back up with it again.
I don't remember that, but I do occasionally black out going to video and rant. That's been known to happen.
You have your Bindi Irwin rant.
I like thinking of it as our Bindi Owen rant.
America's Bindi Owen.
Does anyone go home and Google that? Is anyone going to challenge me? It's
No.
not wrong. It's true.
I know it's right.
It's all true.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's going to the Burger Master?
I mean, I'm not going to.
Ross is just going to randomly stab a fucking pedestrian as it goes past.
I'll challenge you to a duel.
Fuck, I can't even remember what we're talking about before fucking Baz Luhrmann popped up.
He wants to know about the families.
Yeah.
Right.
What have you
Both are
established?
like
No!
Don't get me started on Baz Luhrmann, right?
It's just everything he makes is trash.
No, okay. We don't need
Groundhog Day is-
motherfucker.
Strictly Ballroom.
I don't give a shit.
Strictly Ballroom's pretty good.
It's shit.
I like Romeo and Juliet. It was great at the
It was
time. I don't remember.
fucking
I haven't watched it in a long
horrible.
time.
It was fucking
Moulin
horrible.
Rouge.
Strictly Ballroom's
Did you
pretty
have
good.
to watch this in high school?
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
And I wouldn't
As
watch
soon as,
it
you
again.
have to, as soon as you have to study a piece of
No,
piece
no,
of film,
that's,
Garbage.
no. I'm the weird exception. I actually liked studying stuff in high school.
as soon as you
every
you pick
book-
apart every
book and movie we had to study in high school, I fucking loved, except for Baz Luhrmann's piece of fucking shit. Romeo and Juliet by Baz Luhrmann is a trash movie.
I mean, we're
fucking
clearly
cracking
hitting
my
nerve.
voice on
Let's
this.
just move on.
I like this because it's exactly the same as the Bindi thing. Because it's like we had the rant, we actually tried to get back to it, and then it started again. Right.
Okay, I'm going to go and talk to Izek.
Wick was talking about or Ross. I'm not sure which character was happening at that point.
Does he even
you
know?
say
Even he
two
doesn't know.
houses again. I'm gonna slap you fucking stupid.
I know. Look, I know when a joke is played out and when it needs to be dropped and not brought back up again. I also know when it's funniest to like bring a running joke back in.
Yeah.
And I can tell the difference.
The
So
joke
you
will live
don't
on in infamy.
Need to worry, Ryan. What were you saying?
What did you know of the? What did you know of the hierarchy of Barovia? Or of Barovia?
well.
Valak, yeah.
There's two houses.
I mean, to be fair, he is actually quoting. He is actually quoting Shakespeare rather than Baz Luhrmann specifically.
It's like with Bim Bear when you know Justin's going to do the punch squad thing.
I'm not even sorry.
Okay, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe
There's two houses. There's the Burgomaster's family. This is Valikov, if I think I remember right.
the Bergmasters.
The Burgomastersons.
Yeah.
Our basically second in line for in the sort of nobility is the Vodka family.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So there is...
They are, yeah. So if all of a sudden, like, the entire Valikov family, like, died in a freak bus accident,
Or lightning strike.
Or someone invented buses and they died in them.
or a bus struck by lightning.
Or a bus falling out of a cloud and landing on somebody.
I
Yeah.
don't know how we got to buses.
Yeah.
Or a Fortnite thing.
And then they, and then the sun
Kids are
resurrected.
playing a Fortnite.
Yeah. And then their son resurrected them.
But so yeah, if all of a sudden the entire Valikov
There's a
family
royal
is-
succession thing going on,
Yeah.
and usually that comes with some acrimony between the houses as well. Okay, well, I'm like heading off for the fucking Burgomaster, and yeah. Can I borrow your library? Also, by the way,
Yeah.
yeah.
who's following along?
Does anyone want a piece of this?
I mean,
or-
is Izek likely to be in that direction?
There's a good chance. He
Then
does
we'll
report
probably just
directly
go. Yeah, we'll probably just go back to the house. It's like, hey, it's us again. Remember us? You hate us.
You hate us but like us? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But peace be on
And
them.
while we're on the way there, I'm
You
going
hate
to
to like us.
tell the rest of the group about the question game. So the question game is where you score points by asking questions and you lose points by answering questions. So when you're talking to someone that you want information out of, you don't tell them things, you ask them things. And that is how, because we're not very good at this, and I've turned this into a video game so that we get on board and we play it. We don't give up information, we ask information.
So how do
did
we
you just
score
lose it?
points in this game?
We ask questions.
You don't lose.
No, that was me answering, so I was losing a point. That was...
Oh, fuck, this is game Inception right now.
You get a green light go off above your head. You get a red light go off above your head. Okay, round one.
So what's the score of the game presently?
You're not keeping track.
Nice.
Was I meant to?
Didn't I tell you to?
When was this?
Imagine Ulrich's watching this going, what's going on?
This is like a game of tennis, like pass, serve.
Hesitation. 15 love.
Also, Ulrich just asked a question.
What's love?
See, you can't not answer that with "Baby, don't hurt me." That's not a question. Baby, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me.
No
Don't hurt me no more.
That was pretty good. That was just off the cuff there.
Okay.
Can we get to this
Burgomaster.
house?
Apparently not. Because I think we're running out of time.
Can we jump to the part where we're already in the room? Please don't make us go through like a guard security check.
Do we fight any wolves on the way there?
Okay, so you get to the mansion. The two guards try and stop you, but then see who you are and wave you through because
They just can't be bothered dealing with this.
because apparently in lockdown Valaki, the Burgomaster's mansion still has a fucking revolving door.
It has a revolving door as far as we're concerned.
I mean,
We're knee deep in a whole fucking tirade about Baz Luhrmann. They're like, I don't want a part of this. Just go straight in. I like Strictly Ballroom. I don't know what he's complaining about.
Moulin Rouge was fun. I enjoyed most of the songs. They were a blast back to my memories from
Trash.
wasn't Biddy Owen in that one? Yeah, anyway.
All right. One of the guards sort of escorts you up to the study. Knocks.
Oh, I actually asked the guards as we get there. Do you know where Izek is?
One of them goes, he should be back soon to report in. If you want us to we'll let him know that you're up here and want to talk to him.
Yep.
But yeah, one of them sort of knocks and you just hear the Burgomaster is like, what? Like,
Hey boy, get
I just walk in and go, hi, it's us again.
the weird lot are here to see you again.
The weird lot.
Is that gonna stick? Is that gonna be like the name of our party? Like,
You've had like ample opportunities to fucking name it yourself. If you don't eventually, I'm going to give it a bad name, and I'm bad at naming.
Ulrich +3.
No.
I think you would think it would be like Ulrich +5.
No, we've already established he's good at counting.
Yeah.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, I mean, it would be Ulrich +4 because of Dave.
You'd be mechanic people.
Dave's a people.
I mean,
Anyway,
he's very not.
It's actually +5.
The Burgomaster sort of like, responds just like, all right, send him in, and the guard opens up the door for you and lets you head on in. He's at his desk and is just like scribbling in a ledger with quill and ink, and just sort of finishes what he's writing and sort of like drops the quill into the ink pot and sort of just blows on the ink that he's got there to dry it off, and then closes the ledger up. It's like, wasn't expecting to see you so soon, gentlemen.
We're incredibly efficient.
We're investigating lightning.
You're a lot more chatty than you were last time.
Would you believe I was asleep? I was actually asleep the whole time. Amazing, right? It's a wizard thing. You wouldn't have said it.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'd heard rumours that they could sort of just cast in their sleep. I thought it was just a fairy tale.
No, like the good ones can. Yeah, that's a thing that we do. Wink.
Wait. So how can you do it then?
What do you know about lightning?
Well, it's what you're out there and exploring, investigating at the moment. All the strikes around town. So I would hope that
Very good.
I look at you and go,
one point. Very good. Now,
this little
now,
green light just
okay.
lights up. There's like,
Well
you just
done.
casting,
Home run. Now you go and sit down on the end of the bench, and the rest of the team has a go, and then it's your turn again. Well done.
We believe we have a lead on what's causing the lightning strikes around town.
Red light on the bench.
However, we would like to ask for possibly some kind of warrant to search properties.
Well, Isaac would normally handle that sort of stuff and report to me what is issued, but if you're coming straight to me, that's...
I'd like access to your library.
Well, it's probably
There
more
is
to do
some-
with who we want the warrant for.
Well, look, at this point, we have some leads, but we're not ready to make any sort of credible accusations. The people involved may actually be in some significance within the town, and we're certainly not ready to drag anyone's name through the proverbial mud. If you would allow us, we'd like to investigate some people quietly, maybe look at some family histories to determine if perhaps there are some credible accusations to be made.
Well, I'm guessing if you're looking into families, you've got some suspicions. The doors are closed. It's just us in here.
We're not going to name exactly who.
Why not?
At this point, we have some suggestions from some. Well, I mean, let's call it the underbelly. We certainly don't have anything to support these accusations, and it's certainly not nice to be throwing around accusations without any sort of credible backing. But I mean, obviously there are some very powerful families in town, and it may warrant some investigation on that side. This is just for the rest of the group because there's no reason why I'd be keeping that secret. Dangling the fish out there that there is probably not a lot of nice blood in between. What was your name again?
Vodka.
No, that's the other one.
At this point, Wick will sort of chime in, going, "Yeah, we wouldn't want any dark secrets of any of the well-respected families around town sort of being muddied with revelations of some bad actors in the mix there,
I mean, exactly that. I mean, there are some old and storied histories of some families in town, and every family has some whispers and some dark suggestions.
Some zombie cats in the
Ulrich
attic.
pipes up right now and goes, "Book club might mean orgy, guys." Who could have thought?
But he's gone from giving Wick a bit of a raised eyebrow, knowing the game that you're playing at, of the sort of heavily hinting at extortion, essentially, but not really putting a threat into it. But the context is there, sort of giving you that eyebrow, and then book club equals orgy gets blurted out of the room, and the
Ow, my neck!
it was like, what?
That could be right?
Is it?
Am I wrong?
Do you have intentions for my library?
No.
I mean, I hadn't, but
It would be a bunch
I'm
of
a
dudes.
60-year-old wizard, so I can only assume I've never had sex. I've been working on some pretty serious urges by now.
Wait, hold on. He's a master illusionist.
Yeah, that probably happened.
Look, I'm pitching is it Kruger?
He can make his own VR.
Kruger in Archer. With the VR. Krieger, yeah. His Japanese wife, or Japanese schoolgirl wife. Anime schoolgirl. Yeah.
So I'm guessing the way you guys are dancing around this, you've got someone in mind, and it is someone that lives nearby, maybe.
Someone where if you specifically approved anything, it might cause doubt. as you're well aware, there's rivalry with the houses. If, you approved a warrant, then it would probably raise suspicion.
So what do you?
At the same time, if I did that, it would
Just
that would bring what is a fairly diplomatic situation into a civil war. Is that what you're implying?
I'm not fully aware of the politics of these houses, but I'm saying caution is advised.
So authorizing
Maybe
police raids on the house of, I'm going to say the name out loud, the Vodkas, I'm assuming who you're talking about. The Vodkas.
No one said that name out loud. If that's
are there any other large houses like in town, or is
Yeah,
it
no,
pretty
I
much
think,
just
I think
them?
it's just those two.
It's a two-house town.
Yes. That's Lemon.
Motherfucker!
Every time you make a dumb pun, someone's just going to say Baz Luhrmann at you.
They are both alike in infamy, though. Is the thing about the two houses?
Baz Luhrmann and
Bindi.
fucking
Baz
Wizards of the
Luhrmann,
Coast.
Bindi Irwin. Think about that.
I don't
I
want to
don't think
about
anyone's ever thought that ever.
that. I don't think anyone should ever think about that ever.
Let's
Not.
continue on.
Do you feel okay? You're rubbing your head a lot.
But yeah, if I authorize
If you authorize,
a warrant for
If you were to authorize
investigation
a warrant for the
against that
police-
family without substantial evidence, that's political suicide.
Also, we're not police. How would we execute said warrant? Look. I don't want to. I don't want to seem like an expert in warrants, sort of thing.
You would
But-
be better known about them, though.
In my
You would
experience,
know
it's
warrants
generally
better.
like a police-style person who is the one executing the warrant, rather than for chucklefucks like us.
we had been given,
Master Wick knows his way around some of the
I
legalities
mean,
of the town.
I've heard stories. Like it's not,
You're more on like the implementation side of a warrant rather than the execution side. But you're familiar with them.
If you guys
is
can
there-
gather up more information, something tangible, something that actually links the goings on to the Vodka family, then it's something Izek and the guardship can action on.
All right, so how about rather than using the word warrant, we use the word like if we get caught breaking into their house, you're not going to freak out about it.
Ooh.
I'm glad you know about it.
There we go.
Well, glad you've let me know about it.
All right,
That's
well,
probably more what.
there we go. There we go. We'll go with that. We're
Rick,
not just
Rick, we
robbing
have a
the
job
joint.
for you.
Essentially, I can
You get
have-
to use your skills
I can work
legally.
with plausible deniability.
There we go.
Oh.
No one is carrying a badge.
plausible
no one is executing
deniability,
a warrant.
which is the same as fuck you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Wick.
Also, I would like to use your library to spend some time looking into the past of this family to see if there is any connection to, dread, evil powers. It's amazing what people write down.
Okay. By all means, and he sort of signals to the wall of tomes behind him. He points you in the direction. Is like down towards that end. Is histories and family ledgers.
Perfect. That's really great. Thank you very much. By Peter Lizardman.
What?
small.
And just like say that and just like look at the expression on his face. By Peter Lizardman.
Roll insight.
That is a nat 15 plus.
I mean,
something
Nalek
like
did
plus
tell
8.
you that it was probably a tiny demon. Okay.
Something's happening.
Yeah. I want to know what he's doing with bipedal lizard man.
Don't be gross.
What? I wasn't being gross.
Bipedal is sort of a sexy word, though.
Oh, that's 20. That's 24. I got a.
What you get is
Yeah.
genuine confusion about just this combination of terms.
That's the name of my band. I was just bipedal lizard man. I'm good at that.
Great ska band.
Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it just? Isn't it just? Yeah, yeah.
That's the go-to for anyone that mentions ska. But yeah.
Sort of like a scar, like zoot suit, sort of hybrid bipedal lizard man. You
What
thinking?
the
Yeah?
fuck
liking
are
it?
you saying?
All right, cool.
There's words coming out of your mouth, but they don't mean anything.
I think you're too young to know the tyranny of
You,
ska.
you weren't around.
See, the tyranny of Scar.
I've
is
seen
my
it.
band.
It's actually a really good zoot suit band name as well.
I've seen Lion King. What about it?
I'll get out. That is so bad.
I had to think about that one.
Okay.
So we're talking away. I don't
So
know what's left to say.
Shut up.
Boo.
But you're gonna say it anyway.
Say it anyway.
Coming from
Okay.
you anyway.
So roll investigation, Trev.
I mean, that's your ska band go-to. Really? That's a nat 20.
Damn.
God damn, what's with everyone today?
I don't know.
Except me.
Except on Captain Toozy.
The answer is we're not in combat. So this matters. And so it's all 20s.
Mitch,
Uh,
you're going to fall over backwards. It's a wheelchair.
and then you're going to take out the table and all the various instruments on it, and then probably KO yourself on the corner of the bench behind you. And then we're going to have to clean up blood. It's going to be your blood.
And
That
You
should
might-
be. It
you
should
might-
be inside you.
It just sounds really
you might
boring
break
and I
my
don't want to
chair.
do it.
actually, that's a good point. I'll wait.
And don't break his chair. That's a.
Yeah, that's the more important thing.
I'll give you your information in a sec. You guys hear a knock at the door while Yu's basically
been
just
stabbed
fucking
before.
beautiful minding
goes
through the bookshelves.
I wake up and I go,
Because you're like a computer that's been fucking just sitting idle for 5 minutes. You just fucking turn yourself to sleep.
There's a little lightning dancing across his eyes. He had a screensaver going.
Dunk, dunk. It's just the DVD screensaver thing.
It's just in the shape of a
Little-
dragon made out of
The
lightning.
little Mars symbol is.
And like just fucking wedges yourself in the corner. You're like, yeah,
Oh, that was so satisfying.
right.
Yeah.
You hear a knock at the door, and then the door basically opens up before the baron can even answer. And Izek sort of strides in, is like, then sort of stops short as he's opened the door, and like, what are you lot doing here?
hey buddy, how you going?
I didn't take anything. What?
And he sort of looks at you.
He absolutely did.
Eyes
He's stolen
narrow.
everything from here.
He's like, Wick.
I mean, I imagine by now you've already pocketed like a whole bunch of things, but
Wanker. I mean, Izek.
Like a low growl at the bottom of his voice. He's like,
I got one of them pardon deals from the Burgermeister, didn't I?
I'm aware.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the only one in the room other than us who saw it.
He's the commander of the guard, though.
And he's your best friend. He loves you so much.
Yeah. We're investigating dem der Lighten.
It's just apparently you're Cajun now.
Actually, a Cajun Dragonborn would be fucking sweet. Like Leatherhead from the Ninja Turtles. What? I guarantee.
But is it
Get the fuck away from my stick, boy.
See, Ninja Turtles was happened in the 90s. Actually, early 90s. It was about these 4 turtles who like had mutagen.
Oh, yeah, no. I had that as a kid. They were in like the year 3000. They had like laser swords and shit.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
I,
sure.
I honestly
yeah.
thought you were going to go. I saw these great Michael Bay movies
No.
because I thought that was the reference you're going to pull.
No. Really, no.
No,
No, I mean, like, Michael Bay's making the fucking Dora the Explorer movie now.
is he?
Yes.
Wait, that's Michael Bay.
Yes.
That explains so much. Anyway,
I would actually watch that. That sounds awesome. It's going to be Dora the Explorer going up, blowing up everything.
I want to watch that as well while getting really fucking drunk.
Oh, yeah.
right.
Just like...
Isaac sort of like looks around, and is like, and then looks over to the burgomaster. And is like, "Is it all right with these lot here?" And the burgomaster sort of nods in response, and Isaac just starts going through the report from the night's patrols. He's talking about the multiple strikes on the church.
Was there anyone nearby?
And you sort of pipe in as he's doing his thing, as he sort of stops short, sort of turns to the right, looks at you, and is like, "Not at the time, but
Or
We
in
had-
the general vicinity?
we had the troops on the gate, but they were doing their work on the gate. The patrols weren't near the. You have to be surprisingly lucky to be, or unlucky, to be right near a lightning strike. But our
Well, these are directed.
yeah, still, but I had troops on site shortly afterwards, basically scouring the areas, looking for any sign of what was happening, and it's got this weird pattern around the church, circle, and the burn marks.
Does
Which-
he not know about the...
I don't think he does.
Oh.
I
Does
think,
the Burgomaster know about that?
I don't think he does. I know we, like, when we got the bones back, we were just like, hey, yeah, he stole some bones from the church, but, like, that was basically it. And he's just like, yeah, cool, come on. Oh, sorry.
Remember the question game.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm talking out of character right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the church is still standing, and it's got this weird burn mark around it. It's got, well,
Have you spoken to
We should totally
father
take
about the
credit for
the father over there?
he
protecting the church.
he put it to divine intervention,
That's... Yeah,
which explains why the
that's exactly correct.
he's got the refugees in there. It's a good move, keeping them safe in there.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be worth asking him if you can hide in there as well, if need be.
Mate, I don't hide.
I'm well aware. Worst comes to worst.
It would be somewhat difficult with the whole sort of arms situation you got going on. You might sort of stick out from like whatever bush you're cowering in if that was a thing that you
It's
wanted.
more of the point.
So much shade.
It's more the point, Mr. Wick, that I'd rather
Just coming from the guy whose thing is to hide.
I'd rather stand and fight than skulk in the shadows or hide, pissing myself in the corner.
Well, I mean, if you
This
got
is a cockney off right now.
if you got to go at
One
a,
fucking time.
at a critical moment in the middle of a battle, it seems silly to just hold it. It's a corner is a fairly unobtrusive place if you do need to sort of pass water. What are we talking about? I don't really.
I'll stand my ground and fight.
You have a gross arm, is what I'm saying.
Just so
Julie noted, mate.
That looked like it really hurt his feelings. That's not
I-
funny.
so I
I'm not
realised-
on your side anymore.
Wick.
I realized your guards were
Patrolling. I've only got limited numbers.
what I was
Most of
gonna
them, most
say,
of them are on the
paying more
walls.
attention to the lightning. But did any of them mention anything about, say, small lizard or demon people around? Happen to be like walking around that area at any point at the night?
Because my band was doing a set in the tavern across the road, and we just want to know if anyone, like, what their thoughts were.
Or even children, like if you thought it was, they thought it was children running around in the middle of the night.
No one's reported anything like that. No one saw anything. Now at this point he sort of continues on with the report. He's talking about the rest of the goings on for the night. There's been some rumbles around town about the safety. There are some folk that are thinking maybe the wilderness might be safer than inside the walls.
Well, maybe just spread it around that dome is at the church is probably the safest place in the country.
At a certain point, it's just going to be like the entire population of Barovia, like shoulder to shoulder inside this fucking bubble. It's like, yep.
Yeah, well, they can dig more
And
basements.
just disturb that
dig
hallowed
around,
ground.
dig around
make
the
it a
back.
bigger church. Just
Yeah.
make a bigger church.
Just cover the walls of the church with
bones.
small capsule hotel style lodgings. Get some fucking cyberpunk futurish shit going on in this.
The
over
Mortal
church.
Engines moving cities.
You don't want to play D&D anymore. We get it. You want to play like a Neo Tokyo Cyber Future game. That's great,
would
but that's
that
not
be?
what we're doing right now.
How cool would that be?
Yeah, it'd be very cool. Very cool. We'll get to that next.
We could
Okay,
fight-
run your own game.
We could fight.
Do you
we
want to
could
play
fight
Shadowrun?
Ninja Couriers.
We can
I say
fight Keanu Reeves.
Keanu
to the
Reeves.
rest of the party.
2077.
His name's Johnny Silverhand.
To the rest of the party.
That's what his name
And
is.
he's
in it.
breathtaking.
Really?
Johnny Silverhand.
That's dumb.
It's all the way back from the old RPG games. Like, it's a known character in the setting.
He's a rock star.
Sure, okay, but that's
He's essentially-
dumb.
he's essentially
it's
a
dumb. It doesn't
cyberpunk-
hang together because he's not the first person to have a robot arm. Like, if you're the first person to have a robot arm, Johnny Silverhand.
He's
Like,
a-
all right, that's cool. That's kind of a
Yeah,
punchy name.
okay.
But like after the 8th guy gets a robot hand, that's not descriptive anymore.
It's from Cyberpunk 2020. That's to give you some, and he's still a character in that age in Cyberpunk 2077.
It hasn't aged at all. So
Yeah,
we're really playing
there's-
into this Keanu Reeves.
It's
As immortal thing?
Yeah,
So to the
I
rest
mean,
of the party.
If you watch those clips,
flicker?
he flickers.
Yeah.
He's a
He's
digital.
a-
He's a cyber ghost.
it's a cyber ghost.
He's a cyber ghost.
Yeah.
So he's some sort of ghost, but inside of a kind of machine.
Oh, you fucker! I knew you were doing it.
And
Sat there
he basically
There's nothing you can do at that
sit there and
point.
fucking
You just
take
gotta
it.
sit there and take it.
and
So
what
to
you're
the
saying
rest
is
of
that
the party-
he kind of lives in like a matrix of computers.
Yeah, like an interconnected matrix of computers. Yeah.
Okay. To the rest.
I'm
of
trying
the
to work
party,
in Johnny Mnemonic somehow, but I can't do it.
Maybe
You know what you should do? You
something
should
to
think
the
up
rest of the
some
party.
sort of
Or
Johnny?
you could
memory
just say to the rest of the
system
party again.
to help
Just-
you think of that
Maybe-
next time.
Maybe also in the computer that he's traveling in, he'll have some kind of bogus journey.
Maybe at some point we should
Silver
break
Linings
this.
Playbook, was he in that?
So to the rest of the party.
Yeah, maybe at some point we should
and,
break this.
Maybe again. I'll just say. I think I've said it 10 times now.
At that point it's just like I'm saying nonsense.
Yeah, I just kept repeating it. It was easier. So to the rest of the party, I say, is it a good assumption that if the gate guards didn't see this thing leave, it's still in the city?
I mean, the tracks did point it inside the city.
Well, yeah, but it could have gone anywhere.
That's true.
If it's an evil fiend called from another dimension, it could have just sprayed it, though. It doesn't necessarily go anywhere. It could just be called forth to fulfill a particular purpose. And then,
Yeah, but why would it run off then?
Because it
I
scared.
I can tell you something about that, Morden. Creatures summoned into this land don't necessarily go away very easily.
Really?
Ah, yes.
Also, you mean that
is-
those times haven't been intentional?
Yes, that is absolutely true, and also just something that we established as we went, and may not actually dovetail with the larger proper fiction. So, while absolutely true, and is an important thing that we should carry on
No,
with,
I thought we
may
did-
actually not wind up being true in the larger fucking context. So, it may actually not be a good point, but it may not actually work out that way. 'Cause, yeah.
What the fuck? I don't even know anymore.
Okay, so the vodka people are guilty. We should go and investigate.
Maybe we should have somebody investigate their house very stealthily.
What did I get out of the history?
Okay. You find essentially a history, a book which is the history of the noble families, and it's got entire lineage lines all the way through, basically back from well before Strahd's father was even born. So we're
Damn.
talking 450, 500 years. And there is like multiple generations even before that they've got some sort of interlinking. You've got the two noble families of Valaki, which is the Valakovich and the Vodka families. You've also got was it Barovich? That's Zarevich, which is Strahd's family. They're all sort of intertwined. There's been a lot of sort of intermarrying and so forth.
They all fucking.
Yeah. Plus
when there's only 3
I've
families.
forgotten the name of the.
That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario is they're not fucking, because then they just fucking themselves.
Yeah.
The Kretskov family of Kretsk have mostly been
Moving around.
a bit more of a straight line.
Yeah.
There's been people sort of not common but not noble, just sort of like higher up, sort of married into the family and keep like a bloodline going. Not a lot of like brother sister fucking going on, but more like
Cousin.
people of merit marry into the family and the bloodline sort of continued along that way. But yeah, I've also forgotten the name of the family from the Barovian town, the town of actual Barovia.
That's not just like
Irene
Barovic.
It's been normally sort of that sort of thing.
Barovia would have been like.
I forgot what that family
what the
name,
fuck
but
was the
Isn't it
brother's name?
That was Petrovic or something, wasn't it?
it's been a long time since we dealt with those guys.
Was that Petrovic or something?
No, that's the name of the father, the priest.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, that family has been sort of
Kalishnikov.
amongst this sort of this quadrumvirate. What's a four-way?
Quadrantic.
Instead of a triumvirate.
Trump for it.
It's a hard one to say. But essentially, like these 4 main families have been sort of intermingling for quite some time. After a period of time, you can see that the Vodka and Zarevich families have been a lot more sort of intertwined.
Okay.
And then, of course, most of those lines sort of as soon as Strahd von Zarevich is born and takes over as Lord, that line is basically just like stopped at him.
Which is weird because I would think vampires be fucking.
But they might
More
not
the point is less recording in the Valaki books.
I think they'd be fucking. They'd be procreating. Though.
At least you hope they're not.
Dead swimmers.
Ew. I mean, true, but ew.
But I brought that into the world. Thanks.
You did. Why? Why did you do that,
I'm a
Ryan?
fucking horror creature. And yeah, the Vodka family and Volokovich have sort of kept their lines very separate from each other at that point.
Yep. Okay.
That's what you get. So you've known for a long time the Zarevich and Vokta families have been intermarrying or had family parts of the tree sort of marrying, not necessarily the main loyal line or the pure line, but definitely elements of the families have been intermingling for generations.
All it was is like someone borrowed a pen and didn't give it back, and then
this
there's
is
just like
this is family records, so
and
it's
just like hatred since then, constant.
Yeah, what their Jill said about our Karen at Uncle Mark's funeral. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Look. All right. I'll spread that around with the group. Takeaway from that is that, like, all right, the Vodka family is essentially like Bannerman for Strahd's house, and we can probably trust the Burgomaster as look, they're all capitalist scum anyway, but at least he's
aristocratic more than capitalism.
Do you want me to make a
Whatever,
distraction
man.
while
It's
you
all
go
the
into
same.
the house?
We're going to have a conversation about what happens next. Don't worry.
I'm good at making distractions.
But yeah, you got that information. Meanwhile, you basically just hear this droning sound between the Baron and Izek. Just like, this background noise because you are enthralled.
Yeah, it sounds like a teacher
that's what
conference in Charlie Brown's.
Yeah, that's what they're actually doing, though. They're just going, like, we're watching it going, that's a weird way to speak, but they are actually doing it.
They're actually having a conversation. He's just so focused on, this tome of bloodlines.
That's my jam.
Yeah, riveting reading.
You guys have been basically listening into what is essentially a report from a police captain to the commissioner. It's a lot of it's very dry. Some of it is slightly.
I'm like paying attention to like any mention of like patrol lines sort of thing. Just
there was a mention of some folks have been getting like stolen items that they'd reported have been turning back up again, and they've been withdrawing their reports.
interesting.
Which is, piques your attention.
Are they items that... Do they say what items, or just items?
It was a comment. It was just like, there's been some withdrawn reports of stolen items. Like, the people have just basically said that thing that said it was stolen, they found it. It's turned up.
If that happens again, would you be able to just double check that the item that comes back doesn't happen to contain like a little red rock looks like this, maybe?
We do have a spell one of them. Maybe we could give it to Isaac?
I'll throw it to him.
The question game has just sort of been really broken at this
I know,
point.
I said... That's... I formed that as a question. It was could you do this?
Would you... Okay.
You formed that as part of a
Would
request?
you mind if I told you everything that we know? No? Okay. Hey, would you believe?
It was still a question.
He's technically correct.
The worst kind of correct.
But yeah, and they both sort of like look at you and look at this red stone and just sort of like look at the rest of you like, this seems like something you possibly could have mentioned before. Red stones?
We're still investigating it.
The dragon's a bit soft in the head. You don't worry about it.
He's really into Minecraft. Yep.
Why? But what's with the red stones? This is the burgomaster addressing you. He's like, what's with those?
Would you believe that?
Definitely start every line with "Would you believe?"
Would you believe we found this at most of the scenes of the crimes?
Is that what you're telling me?
It's not easy, is it?
I mean, technically,
I want to play the question game because
we're
it's
up
fun,
on points,
but also
we
like
could
I
lose a
can't
few
be
points.
asked. Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you.
Yes?
Then why had you not mentioned it before?
Because we're still trying to look for more evidence that it's connected to what we were talking about earlier.
The vodka people. With all their, like, book orgies.
Hey, Ulrich, I need to talk to you outside about something very important right now, away from the people in this room.
Oh, if it's very important, let's go.
It's very important.
Let's
We should
go.
go. We
Okay.
should leave this room right now.
If it's very important, I will go with you.
Okay.
We leave.
Camera like outside, and it's just shadow puppets. Shadow puppets.
No, it's just
We cut to Ulrich, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Look at the bunny. Look at the bunny.
I see. Yes, this is very important. I'm glad you came to me with this.
Those other guys wouldn't understand.
Which is a laser pointer
What have you got?
against a wall, and I'm like, oh.
You've got just a fucking buffet of choices here, or you can bring your own meal. But what have you got for this situation?
I don't know. I sort of like this shadow puppet. Weirdly.
Actually, I think it's an awesome.
No. We get outside. We get outside. Wick reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a handful of ball bearings and he like chucks them on the floor. He's like, just count the ball bearings.
14.
Okay, could you pick?
Wow.
I'm so glad you did that.
Please note
You
this
throw
is
the ball bearings. I was like, why did you throw 63 ball bearings on the ground?
please note this is not representative of people with autism.
Just movie autism.
Yes.
But
People with Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah. inside the study, the Burgomaster's holding this red stone in his hand and just looking at you and clearing his throat to get your attention.
Are you ignoring him?
He's like,
Yes.
oh, it's not. You seemed rather enthralled in your book, but care to explain why you didn't happen to mention this? If this is what we're looking for to stop the lightning strikes?
What's that? Where'd you get it? Where did you get that?
Your paladin just gave it to me.
He just handed it to you?
Yeah, he said he found it at each of the lightning strikes.
Why would he just hand that over?
I completely missed it. You're still doing the thing. I just fucking fell straight in.
Yeah, it's really obvious when the three of us are doing it. This fucker here knows how to play. He's played it his entire fucking life. Or has he?
How do you know he's been playing it all his life?
Or have I?
Jesus Christ.
What's it like?
How do you live with yourself?
I don't! Okay? I don't! It hurts! All the time! I just want to die?
Holy shit.
I ran over a gypsy and she cursed me?
I think.
I don't know.
Do you know?
I've never been sure of anything for 20 years.
And he's just like, turns to Isaac, I want you to find anyone possessing anything like this, and they need to be brought to me.
Two addendums. For God's sake, keep it on the down low. I mean, these things are incredibly dangerous, and we are actively pursuing the people that are putting them around town. We don't want to spook these people. I understand. Look, these things may actually be secreted around the city, and God bless your help for finding them and bringing them in. But please, can we do it? Can we do it quietly?
If anyone finds something like,
And bring a spellcaster with you.
usually if somebody opens something that it's contained in, it will trigger it, and they will die very quickly. So if they open it and they find it, they need to get the hell out of there, get us in there, and we can get rid of it.
So you brought this into my place. This is going to blow... And he just like throws it across the room.
No, right? Fucking crazy idiots over here.
I
He's
have
basically just,
I've-
lobs it across the room, and he's just dived under his desk.
mage hand it back, like, no, I've
Sorry, we put the pin in this one. It's fine.
yeah, I've disabled the magic on it. I've dispelled it. It's no longer active.
He sort of just picks back up over the top of the desk and is like, Isaac, your orders are to cordon off any lightning strike areas, and they are not to be entered until one of these gentlemen secure the site.
I'm picturing like snapping to like a day later, and like there's like guards there, and they've just got red things. Like one's got like a red ball and like a wheelbarrow, and it's like getting any red things.
Like weirdly organized magpies.
I mean, they said a red rock, but I thought this red ball might be bad as well. So I thought I would confiscate it.
I got this button.
It's got a weird symbol on it. It's got 4 dots.
It's kind of red.
It could be blue. I don't know the difference.
I suppose it's a little bit more brown, but I thought we'd best be careful.
I found some blood on a stone.
There's the Red Rock Brewery outside of town. I couldn't bring that in, so here's the bartender's head. Is that all right?
You got one?
No.
Everyone else has done one.
It's fine. Get in on this.
Yes, and.
I just wanted to keep.
I just want to play some fucking D&D.
Just skip past.
You don't want to make statements at this point either. I just want to keep playing.
Saying it with an upward inflection doesn't make the question.
Yeah. Well established cheating.
Also imagine I'm picking up ball bearings with gauntleted hands, so I'm like trying to like. I'm
This is
probably
like-
sitting there for ages.
So yeah, panning outside, you just see this ball bearing rolling across, and this dragon man chasing after it, trying to grab it with gauntleted hands. It's like every time he grabs it, it's like ping.
Yeah. I'm just picking up like.
Bringing them back over to me one at a time. Like, thank you, Ulrich.
There's 43 left to go.
This is important work.
But yeah.
You're my favourite thing that's happened in this game, by the way.
This has been a fun one though. But at this point, it's like the Burgomaster's like, if you guys have got, I don't know what voice that was. If you guys have got anything else to add, let it go now. Otherwise, get out there, find the source, find the evidence, and we can action something.
Look after yourself and your family, personally.
It's my first prerogative at all times.
Yeah.
Morden, should I tell them about what we discovered this morning?
Pies are tasty.
Like this is
Yeah.
telepathically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, oh god! Oh my god, is that what that line? Ah, that's fucking awful! Are we doing that to people? Mother? I don't have telepathy. So.
I mean, you can just nod or shake your head.
I'm also not entirely sure what you're
What
referencing.
is
We have fucked around a lot.
What angle should I incline my head to suggest? I don't know what you're talking about.
That's this.
Yeah, I'll give you one of those.
I mean,
I'll give you one of like.
Roll
It's telepathic, so-
Roll insight on it, or like
No, that's a pretty
Okay,
The
okay.
tilted head with the confused look is.
I mean, you're
usually
talking
pretty,
telepathically. You don't need to be cryptic.
no, he's not though.
Yeah, but I'm like,
Yeah, but you were being cryptic.
Like when you go to like reach for your dice to roll for it, I'm like, come on.
About about the demon. Okay.
Not yet. The history, like the family history, is showing how far back the divide goes between the two major houses. I'm pretty confident that he's fine, but I mean they're still like capitalist pigs. It's still like us down here.
The fucking bourgeoisie.
The fucking bourgeoisie. It literally is.
We've got a relevant meme for that,
Revolution,
my friend.
comrade.
Yeah. I'm like I don't think that they're involved in it, but I'm not entirely convinced that. I mean, like his son was doing some sus shit as well. I'm not entirely convinced. Like when it comes time to like, okay, well here are the bad people doing bad things. Like deal with that. He's not gonna go. Yeah, but they're the richies, so we can't do anything really bad.
They're my family.
Yeah, we're gonna want to fucking kill these people, and he's gonna be like, "Oh no, they may be the opposition, but like they're still more like me than you are, you dirty."
It's like, thank you for finding this problem. We're going to brush it under a rug, and you guys are going to sit in a dungeon for the rest of your lives.
Exactly.
Cheers.
Like that.
You mean like what just happened with the last thing that we took to the Burgermeister?
I learned lessons.
Wait, what?
We got to the bottom of the
Oh,
person
right,
casting
right, yeah,
necromancy, and he was like, "Nah, it's cool though. I'll take care of it." 'Cause
And
he's
you
a
guys
capitalist pig.
didn't see anything.
I don't think he's directly
Especially
involved
me.
in this, but he's still not a good person. None of these are good people. I mean, not that we are.
But he's like, with that, unless you got anything else, because he basically just wants you two like look at each other intensely for like a good 30 seconds, and then it's like,
Nothing weird.
unless you guys got anything else, I need to get on with my day.
Thank you.
My lord.
And he sort of nods.
Nally does a deep bow and backs the fuck out.
And then he sort of points towards the door. You open it up and just see like Ulrich like stomping past, chasing a ball bearing. And Wick is just like.
Can I major hand it above his head?
You can do that.
Yes.
You know, I'm just gonna lightning it.
It's a bad plan.
In a house. You're going to lightning it in a house.
Right now, where we're tracking down who's the culprit of the lightning attack.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Yeah. It'll definitely sort things out. Yeah, so
I think we need to head back to the inn, share information, and decide on a plan going forwards.
Yeah.
you
Hey,
guys want to quickly do that planning, and then we can
We'll
probably call it
immediately
at that
skip to that and call it. Okay. How do you feel about breaking into a house when you have like the legal authority to do it?
Or at least
the-
or at least you won't be
Or at
prosecuted.
least like the guards, if they catch you, may be instructed to possibly look the other way.
I
So it's still
mean-
like illegal.
I mean, I'm not wild about it. I would prefer it if it was the thing where I could get in trouble afterwards. Frankly, it just seems wrong. This
What
one.
if we
It's like
paid you
cheat
for
codes,
it?
Really?
Huh?
What if we paid you for it?
All right.
What if we
paid
chased
you
you
to
around?
What if we paid you to
Benny
do a
Hill
thing that
music
you kind of
the
want to do
entire
anyway?
time? What if we chased you around to Benny Hill music the entire time while you're in there? Would that bring some of the fun back into it?
Who's Benny Hill?
Yakety
He's a
sax.
friend of mine, Benjamin Hill.
Benjamin Hilton. Hilton and
Yeah, he owns a chain of
Dylan
hotels.
Top.
He's got an awful daughter.
What? Okay. What his what?
I don't know. Mitch was wobbling the thing underneath. I could see the wave.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is what I sort of need to know. What am I looking for in the house? What are we trying to find? Ooh,
Any kind of evidence of demonic summoning.
Ideally, a way for the rest of us to get in. I mean, we're not sending just you to like investigate a mystery. That feels like, you know, honestly, like the rest of us would be sitting around jacking off.
And you're in there, probably getting killed.
probably jacking off. As well.
Yeah, probably checking up.
Stealthily in the corner.
Not probably.
found a quiet spot.
He's like a cat claiming everything for his own.
Ew.
This is mine. This is mine. Over here is mine. He just rolls a really good stealth check and just pisses his way through the entire fucking building.
Yeah.
That's why they call him
The
the cat
butler's just sitting there.
burglar.
It's like, my life sucks. And this while like Wick's just like pissing on his leg. He's like, I have no idea why my leg is wet.
Slam a Gatorade, go up to the third floor.
All right, it's time to.
I've always wanted to do this. Top of the stairs. Let's see how we get this room going. It was going to happen eventually, Mitch. It was going to happen eventually that you were going to swing back on that chair and slam yourself into the wall.
Oh, no, this is like the 5th time it's happened. It's just this time it actually hurt.
Jesus Christ. But,
Millennials.
yeah. Plan.
I can make a distraction.
You are a walking, talking distraction.
Yeah.
I mean, like
That's what I just said, right?
Focusing on the end goal here, I imagine we may need a fair amount of time in this building.
I can make a long distraction.
Okay.
I
We may
did-
need a lot of like quiet time
I
where
did-
we're there looking around.
I did like the initial plan where you would use your I don't know if it's magic or what have you, where you make your face look like another thing, where you made your face look like that horrendously burned man that we encountered earlier, and then you go in there as a member of this book club that we're trying to investigate and sort of worm your way in that way. That may in itself be an adequate distraction for me to sort of shimmy in along the drain pipe.
Are you
as
able to
it
make
was.
other people?
I can
Is that an option? You could like sneak in as a member of the book club.
I can go and talk to them.
That was our initial plan.
that
and
was
I
actually
feel
our initial
I feel like there's possibly some perks to it still.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm thinking like the best opportunity is to like listen into a book club meeting, see what the fuck they got going on.
Well, I could
like,
do that
it's,
too.
It's not. Yeah. But like breaking into like listening is one thing. We got like a guy who can like go to the meeting.
Yeah, but finding out when one of those meetings is It's probably because they're not going to just be on all the time.
Like, we know people that go to the meeting?
Do we?
I can just have Dave just hang out front.
Tail him, yeah.
Yeah. Just like have him sit outside it.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I think a eldritch monster with many eyes sitting on a street corner is a perfect
on
stake
top
out.
of a roof.
No one's ever going to look at it.
This is
with
going
a hat on.
This is going to end with
definitely
us
a low-
making
a low
Dave
profile.
a little gargoyle costume, and I love it, and I'm in.
You got like
I'm doing
the
that.
Hunger Games like makeup kit where it's
Do your
painted in to look
illusions
like stone.
can they cover other people?
No, this isn't an illusion. I am doing arts and crafts.
Oh no! I meant for like so
This
forgetting
this is paper mache.
because you can transform into other things and you can.
13.
Are you guys able to change me into something else?
What are you feeling like? An accountant?
Something that can get in?
Just feel like a change?
I want to ask you a question, Ulrich, and I feel like you need to look inside yourself and answer honestly. If our magic men over here were to disguise you in some fashion, do you feel within yourself that you would be able to maintain any kind of disguise within yourself? Or would you instantly start shouting?
What are you talking about?
Where'd my tail go?
The whole concept of disguise and subterfuge sort of has some inherent, just not being an idiot is what I'm saying. And I mean, I'm not Carver. You know how you are.
You may have a point.
Yeah. I mean,
He does.
Yeah, I understand what you're talking
The
about.
words
Yeah.
that you were saying with your mouth full. Okay.
I think
mean,
we're
have a-
slowly coming to the idea that it may be a bit of a plan for all of us to approach this in an Ocean's 11 type way.
Is
where
there a
we
backup
all-
plan for me getting
with
in
a
there?
little
all-
less conversation, a little more action.
All right, yeah, that's great. That's not going to happen for us though. That's not
Do
really
we
going to
wa-
fly.
Are we wanting to make that plan now or do it next session?
We all get into the building using our particular skill set.
Oh, okay. Really?
You just break in.
Oh.
You disguise yourself and charm your way in.
We discussed the plan off camera and leave it for a surprise.
Ah!
And then you do realize
and
that ends
then
with
like,
us all
when
in
someone like
jail.
rolls a 1 and it fucks up, and we're like,
No, but we did this thing.
yeah. But here's what really happened.
Here's what we did.
Yeah.
And that's when they think they caught us.
Right.
You realize no matter what, mine's still just going to be running in, like, bashing through the front door.
Oh yeah, sure.
And it's like, no, but this is what he actually did, and it's still just him bashing through the front door.
You're more like the Ocean's 11 where it's like the two brothers that get into an argument out in the middle of the casino floor as a distraction for everybody else.
Yeah.
I see that as your ballywick.
That works. I think that actually works. Yep. There will probably be like armed guards that you can actually just distract and scrap with. And
I can distract armed guards.
we got a second story man. We got a face, and I could probably.
You
do
got
something.
magic.
I got magic. I just got
You're
magic.
you're like
You know
That's
what?
what Ocean's 11 was missing. That's what they added in Ocean's 12. Is they just added a wizard?
Yeah, they
they go and recruit Ian McKellen, and he's got like a wizard's hat.
They go through like 90 minutes, and this guy's like, I cast a spell, and we have all the money now.
I was gonna say
I cast Dimension Door, or I cast Steel Safe.
you could be more like the
Arcane
computer
Gate.
hacker sort of thing.
Wait.
Wasn't Harry
You
Potter
can
in
just
the
turn
last
into a
of those
fly.
movies?
You can just zip right in.
Like the character
Daniel
or
Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe?
Daniel
Yeah,
Radcliffe.
there's spells. There's
Like polymorph's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't be polymorphed, so I can't.
But okay, just so I can so I can work out the fucking heist
We're
that you guys are planning.
we're doing a caper.
You are
I'm
doing
not
the-
sure what we're trying to get, but it's gonna
We're
be.
we're
Yeah, given
basically
we know nothing about
we're just looking for evidence at this stage. We're looking for any kind of like is there a demonic circle? Is there spell books? Is
I
there?
think getting someone to like, if you can actually sit in on a meeting of the book club and successfully pull that off, they're probably going to just outright talk about what the fuck it is that they're doing, and that will be like open session. Get like a recording device, bam, we're done. If that doesn't work out, someone that can like sneak around the building and look for any shit that's lying around, find a book or something.
It's a good idea. I'll get on that.
Someone who can. Your job is going to be to distract the city guards.
And also ball bearing, Captain.
There are 47 of them.
I mean, we could also potentially go and speak to that horrendously burned gentleman and see if he see what he knows about the book club.
That was part of. Sorry, that was part of the plan.
Right. Okay. Well, we got a caper. We got the startings of a caper. We got the makings of a caper.
We go talk to
We
that.
got a caper.
Yep,
Go
and
talk
you
to that
basically
guy.
get some information and
Starting
some.
of a
You
caper.
you build a persona
Yep.
by talking with this guy a little bit more.
I ask him if there's any secret code words to get in.
Who is the burn guy? And
Is the second building they investigated? One of the residents of there had survived, was in the neighboring.
Yeah, like
was
his
in the
entire
neighbouring
family
building.
died.
And his daughter opened up the chest where the stone was, and she's just a fucking.
she's like a shadow on the wall.
Essentially, yeah.
She
one of the
went down
Hiroshima
to collect
shadows.
like a ham hock or something, and like turned into ash.
It was hidden inside like a meat safe
Okay.
in the cellar.
And what's his relation to
Book club.
We don't know. After we spoke to him is when we found out about the book club, and we never went back.
But how do you know that he has any relation to the book club?
We don't.
Apart from your contact saying that the people associated with the strikes are also members of this book club.
Okay, no one said that bit. No one said that bit out loud. Like these people getting attacked by the book club. Yeah,
Well,
but
maybe.
they're like everyone that's been like targeted by the book club has been a member of the book club. So maybe they just tried to quit the book club. And it's like actually a book club.
I'm really
And
curious.
the woman is just like,
maybe it's
no,
maybe it's
not
not.
quitting my
I
book
need
club.
your $15 every month for the
You will
Scholastic
come
Society.
here and talk to me about Jane Austen every fortnight.
Maybe they broke rule 1 and 2.
Because next month we're doing Harry Potter.
Okay, so hold on. So we got Bindi Owen, Baz Luhrmann, Jane Austen.
No, just really, really insistent book club runners.
Yeah.
Wanting to read Jane Austen.
Stepford Wives.
Yeah. So there's,
I
there's
don't want to drink a Chardonnay, Sharon.
I'm driving.
The session's going so well.
So our plan next week, next session would be gather a little bit of information and then a caper heist.
Yeah, and it's going to turn out these people had nothing to do with it, and it is literally a book club.
Wouldn't that be the most amazing red herring in this?
No.
It would be the most annoying
you would
red
be
herring.
really annoyed if you did like 2 full sessions of research into this thing and found out it was a fucking red herring.
Yes,
By
we
that
would
point
be.
it's 3, but yeah.
Ryan is asking that question. And it's a very important one.
How mad on a
people feel
scale
about
of
the
1
idea of all
to
this
I don't
being
want to play
double
this
shit,
game
guys?
anymore.
On a scale of 1 to stabbing your DM, how annoyed would you be?
The scale is I have a hunting knife.
Ryan's quickly like writing with marker over his iPad in the section.
So the book club has Bindi Irwin.
That was just me pressing delete over and over again.
look, if it had Bindi and Baz in it, I'm just like,
We kill them.
nuke them. Just, I don't care who they are, just nuke them.
Cool.
But that was a session.
Yeah.
Tour de force.
Yeah.
It was a celebration.
Oh boy, guys.
And that's this week's episode of the Sunday Sessions. You can email the crew at isolatedcitygaming@gmail.com, follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Isolated City Gaming, and if you like what you hear, tell a friend. We're available across a lot of platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and on YouTube. Just search for Isolated City Gaming or the Sunday Sessions. Catch you out there.